We're talking all things going live. I appreciate everybody coming through. This is my live at 4 o'clock. As you guys can tell, I am back. I am back. I was away. I went on vacation, and I'm back now, going live for all of you. So come on in. Let me know if you have questions. This is my 4 o'clock. I tell you guys all the time when you come into someone's live, make sure you say hello. How you doing? Connect with them. You want to make sure you are intentionally showing up to support the live stream. So I appreciate you all being here. Let me know if you want to um, connect with me. Feel free to like the live, share the live out, as well as subscribe. If you haven't subscribed before, go ahead and click that subscriber button along with the bell to get notifications of when I go live and I post content. So I appreciate everybody coming through. Thank you so much for being here. And so we're going to get ready to get started with our live stream in just a few minutes. So I appreciate all the support as we get ready to go live. I'm going to put on the do not disturb so we do not get disturbed. And so I appreciate you all coming through. Let me know if you guys have any questions, okay? So this is my 4 o'clock live, and we are on a road to um, get to 4,000 watch hours before the month of March is out. Let's see if we can make that happen, you all. It'll be interesting if we can make it happen. I'm so excited. I know we can do it. This is a time where I have been away from going live for about 10 days because of that. Hey, how are you, friend? How are you? I looked over here and said, oh, she commented. I missed it from over here. Well, welcome. How are you, friend? I missed going live. I missed seeing your face. I have not. Have I seen you live when I was away? I don't think I've seen you. Did you go live? Have you been going live? You ain't been going live, have you? You telling on yourself now. I'm like, have you been going? Let me know what you've been doing. You said I did. I don't remember seeing you, friend. So yes, I gotta come by and visit your live. When's the next time you're going live? I did a few pop-ups, and then I went live. I actually came back last night, and I went live last night as well. So I got I think I had every day covered. I actually I need to go back and look at my analytics and make sure I did not miss a day of going live, but I think I did. Check me out on the back end. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna check right now. See, you should not have called it out. I'm gonna check right now because I need to check myself too. But let's see. Pals, I looked it up. I'm looking. Hey everybody who's coming in, welcome to the room. Dr. Lisa, I am back, so y'all see me now. So hopefully you guys have been going live. Okay. Pal said, check me out on the back end. Let's see what this analytics is saying for our friend. Okay, she has 10 valid go live days, 16 streams in total for the month of March, from March 1st to the 22nd. Let's see what it says. So we're going to look. She did go live. Let's see what it says. She's been going live. Let's see if you've been going live when I was away. Okay, she did. She did. She went live on the 21st. The 21st, she did 3 hours. Was that a voice chat or was that a real live? I don't know. Well, I don't know if you do too many voice chats, do you? Okay, you did good. I left on the 12th. So from the 12th, so throughout the time I was gone, from the 12th to the 22nd, you said real live. Look at you. It says you did a live on the 15th, you did a live on the 16th, you did a live on the 17th, you did a live on the 18th, you did a live on the 19th. You only missed the 20th. And then the 21st. You did one on 20. Look at you. Where's my sound effects? Oh my gosh. Look at you, Fred. What happened to the 20th? What was going on? You was like, I ain't doing no more lives. I'm good. I did almost the whole week. What was that about? I love it. Oh my gosh. You was doing your thing. And you went live easily 2 hours and 46 minutes, 2 hours and 11 minutes, an hour and 34, an hour and 2 minutes, an hour and 33 minutes, 3 hours and 2 minutes. And now I'm home sick, in and out of sleep. What happened? Oh, what happened? You were sick that whole Hello, friends. Thank you all. Thank you all for liking the live. If you're sitting here listening to me, I appreciate you being here. Make sure you like the live. Go ahead and comment, like my friend, the Idea Barista. She is my moderator, so definitely connect with her. I'm curious. Thank you so much. Oh, someone sent a gift. I appreciate that. I think I see it. Oh, that's kind of you. Thank you for that. Sent makeup brush and 6 jewels. I think that's what it's saying. It says it in the chat. I think that's what it says. Um, Thank you for that. I don't know what that is, but I appreciate it. It didn't show up on the screen. Did I miss it? I TikTok shows the gifts will show up. I wonder if it shows up on mobile. Interesting. I don't see it though. Oh wow, but thank you. I appreciate the gifting. Thank you for that. Um, so what happened, pals? You were talking. What happened? Are you sick? What happened? You've been sick this whole week. You've been busy though. Well, that's awesome. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud that you went live all that time. Thank you all who are here. Appreciate you all joining. Appreciate everyone coming through. I am Dr. Lisa. Launch your income. We talk all things going live here. So we help you go live. Hey, how you doing, Virginia? Thank you for saying hello. And what I do is I stream here because I'm actually going to go stream on TikTok. So I'm a creator network agency. The Idea Barista is in the agency. I'm very proud that she had been going live. So appreciate you. Thank you so much. Sent 100 for 2 jewels. Thank you so much, Car. Car, thank you for that as well. The chick you want, thank you so much. I'm curious about what you guys are sending. Thank you so much. Hello. So what are those considered? You guys, I'm still learning. So I'm part of the YouTube Partners Program. So tell me more. Are you guys sending super chats, super stickers? What's happening? I just joined the stream. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. So what did you just click though? Let me know what you clicked. So I'm curious. I'm like, what are you clicking? That said you sent something. So I appreciate the support. Thank you all for chiming in and sending things because it's showing up in the chat on the other side. So I appreciate all the support that's coming through. So you guys are awesome. Okay. So when I look at my analytics, I did go live every day that I was gone. TikTok, you did well by me. Thank you so much, Carolina. Appreciate it. Um, so yeah, I did do it. Okay. Awesome. TikTok, I did stay consistent. That's what this is all about. I'm a YouTuber. I make VR content. Thank you. All right. Awesome. Well, YouTube is something that I've been doing not quite a year. In April, I'm almost at a year where I would have gone live almost every day throughout the year. I was on vacation, and so I missed last 10 days, so I can't count every day because I did miss the last 10 days on YouTube. I was doing it on TikTok, but I'm part of, I had joined or got approved to be part of the first phase of monetization in February for the YouTube Partners Program. So I can have the shoppable affiliate access memberships, super chat, super stickers, all that stuff that comes with it. And so I'm still learning what happens on this end. So I'm kind of curious about this process. There is not, because I could see the screen, friend. It's so weird. Thank you for that. We all see my walls. Thank you for that, though. Appreciate you being here. Yeah. It's like we all see the walls. Come on now. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Cara. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. So I do go live. We talk all things going live on a daily basis. And so I appreciate you all being here. So I'm going to go over onto the TikTok side in a second. I try to be here a little early so we can warm up the room, we can chat and talk over here, and then we go over to TikTok and connect over there as well. So all of this is about engagement. We talk intentionally about how to build your live stream. I'm a creator network agency on TikTok, so that's a free program. And so I help creators to go live and to monetize on TikTok in particular. And then I do YouTube videos. I've become affiliate over here. I'm trying to get to 4,000 watch hours so I can get the full AdSense revenue as well and have that connection as well. So really excited. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate all the support that's come through. And just today alone, So I appreciate all of you, everyone who is coming through. So let me know if there's questions in the meantime. And what I tell people to do is make sure you give me a thumbs up to like the live. And if you have not already subscribed to the channel, click that subscriber button, but also click the bell to get notifications of when I go live and post content. Um, so I appreciate everybody coming through. Um, So thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all the support. We will get talking in a second. Um, so let me know if you have any questions, you all. All right, so we're gonna go over onto the TikTok side so we can connect it. When did you start your channel career? I started YouTube in terms of the live streaming, I started in April, but prior to that, this channel was started officially in like November of 2024. And then I started the channel, didn't really do anything with it. I think I started posting content like in January because I started of 2025 because I talk about January being my starting point for officially going live on TikTok. So when I created this channel, I created it at the same time I created my TikTok channel. So same name, same concept. And I was trying to make sure I was doing YouTube at the same time, but I didn't do much with YouTube. I was more focused on TikTok. And then ultimately, I started posting some shorts, some other content that I would repurpose on TikTok. And then I started, the live streaming came later because I started in January going live every day on TikTok of 2025. And then I was like, one day I was like, okay, well, wait a minute. You need 50 subscribers to start over here on YouTube. And once I came up with a strategy to get that because I was meeting and interacting with clients on TikTok, people who were asking about my services, digital marketing services. And so I created a video for them to kind of start connecting on my YouTube channel. And so I got my 50 subscribers pretty quickly. And then I was like, well, you know what? Let me just figure out a way to co-stream. So once I got the 50 subscribers, like in the month of, it was like the month of February. I didn't do anything in March because I wasn't thinking about, oh, let me start going live. So then I started in April and I said, hey, let me just stream at the same time. And so that's what ended up happening. So literally what you'll see is just a slew of videos that are live stream videos for content. And I use that to kind of create this opportunity to build my presence on YouTube. And I just do it. I just continue to do it. So a lot of my content is based on TikTok live streaming tips, as well as just helping you understand how to, have the right mindset to kind of continue to do something. And with practice makes progress. With doing something and the repetition of it, you'll improve, you'll get better, you'll become more knowledgeable and experienced. And I think people underestimate the importance and value of just being consistent. And so that's what I teach. Consistency matters, showing up day in, day out, and where you start is not where you're going to finish. Your day one is not your day 30. Your day 30 is not your day 90. And so if you have that right mindset to this, you can easily grow and see yourself improve and growing over time. Whereas somebody who just shows up one day and says, oh, well, I didn't see anyone in my room, I didn't have any support, nothing happened from it. Then all of a sudden you're like, wow, I'm here. You said I'm at 36 subscribers. So that's awesome. So really at this point, you're almost at that point where once you get to the 50, just start going live. That's it. Just simple as that. Start going live. And don't delay it like I did. Like I said, I had the 50. I probably had, when I started this channel, I probably had like 75 at that point. It was more than 50. And like I said, if I really would have started right at the beginning, I would have done it. You said on VR. Yeah, why not? Why not? Go ahead and do it and just kind of walk people through the process, show what you're doing. It's almost like if you did VR as a person who is gaming, like a gamer. So show yourself doing the VR. People will love that. People ain't seen that before. Or if they do see it, it's not done overly done, so it's not saturated. So there's definitely a space for you. So yeah, I would absolutely say do it, and give that real effect. Yeah, I think that's a great idea, actually. So with that, we are gonna go live on TikTok. So I appreciate you all being here. Like I said, I do real time, and we talk about going live. We talk about the process. Um, I'm still learning again, the YouTube monetization process. So thank you all for the engagement. I appreciate the support. Um, and so as we do this, we just continue to grow, y'all. So appreciate all the support. Pause, how's everything else going for you, friend? You said you weren't feeling well, so let me know. Okay, bye. Take care, friend. Um, let me know what's going on. So are you dealing with like the flu? Let me know. All right, friends. So we're gonna get started in just a few moments. We'll get started on the TikTok side. I posted some content today, so I was kind of proud of myself. I got to talk about this because I did it through Creator Search Insights. So I'm going to talk about that today and talk about their ambassador program. Little different, unique program. We'll see what happens from it, but I was actually kind of impressed when I went back in. So I'm going to talk about that with people. TikTok Live, TikTok Live. It is Dr. Lisa. Come in. We're talking all things going live, friends. Come on in. If you are new, come in. Join me live, friends. We're going to talk about how to go live with confidence and ease. Go live tips. Live streaming tips is what we're giving. Come on in. Let me know if you have questions. We're talking about how to go live. Appreciate everybody being here. Let me know if you have questions. I just started. We're going live right now, so feel free to come in, ask questions. Yoli Vibes, is that you, friend? Come on in. Let me know how you're doing, friend. Hopefully you're actually coming into the room. Thank you so much for being here. Everybody come in. Let me know if you have questions. We talk about how to go live. You say yes. Hey, friend. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for joining. Yes. How's everything going? Thank you for that daily heart me, friend. How's everything going? Um, this stream will continue. Thank you so much. It will. We're not going anywhere. Are you in your stream? No, no, no. I co-stream. Like I said, this becomes a playlist, so you can go back and watch it. So it is here. Thank you so much. Uh, Let me know if you asking a real question. Thank you, Idea Barista. I don't think that was a real question. Soda, hey Soda, look at y'all. We got my our day ones coming in to support. How y'all doing? Welcome to the room. Thank you all. We are liking the live. We're gonna see if we can get to 10K taps, 10K likes. So I'm tapping my screen over here. So if you guys don't mind liking the live, we did not hit our goal earlier today. So we're gonna see if we can redeem ourselves now that we are back. I'm back here. You said day one crew. Exactly. I've never done that before. I never did VR before. So yeah, I'm curious. That's what I said. You got to stream it so we can all see it. Yeah. Um, so thank you so much. So TikTok now has the AI that's showing up in the chat. So it says for you, Soda, it says your friend is here to support your live. Okay. Thank you, friend. I appreciate you. So yes, thank you all for being day ones coming through. And so feel free to like the live. E Nurse, how you doing, friend? Come on in as well. So we're talking all things going live. We're giving live stream tips, helping you to go live with confidence and ease. So I'm officially back. I'm officially back on the YT as well. So I appreciate you all coming in and supporting. So the YT, I had not been going live while I was on vacation because I took my tablet with me, and I guess I could have set it up so that I could co-stream like I normally do, but I didn't have the stand for it. I would have to prop it up somehow. And so I was like, you know what? I just won't do the YT. So you guys have not seen me in 10 days. I don't know if y'all noticed. I don't know if they noticed I was gone, y'all. They didn't notice. But I am back, and I'm so happy to be back. So I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for the support on both platforms. I am doing well. 904 Plant Daddy Travis, how you doing, friend? You watched me for 400 minutes. Thank you so much for being here. We are liking the live. That is the what I think Flores calls it the sprinkles of love that we do the taps on the screen. So I appreciate you guys supporting the live. If you don't mind liking the live, that means that you're literally tapping, and I'm using my tapper device here as well. Miss Elise, how are you, friend? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I hope I said that correctly, and I appreciate you joining. We're liking the live. So we have 3 minutes in. So we're doing well with our trends. We're at 2.8K likes. So that's doing well because we're at 3 minutes in. Almost 3K likes. Okay, look at there. 3K likes just hit. And we are still at 3 minutes. So we are doing really well. We're going to try to hit that goal of 10K likes in 10 minutes. If we can do it, that's good. Like I said, our 10 o'clock live, we was under. And I'll tell you this, guys. I cut my phone off, cut it back on, because I know I had been traveling abroad and stuff, and I wanted to kind of make sure everything was good with my device. So I cut it off and on. So that's something they tell you to do also. So make sure you write that little tip down. If you ever feel like your phone is a little glitchy acting, and it may be on your end, I decided to do that. So my Wi-Fi looks a little stronger now. I think also maybe not hitting that goal could have been a little bit part of the morning live not being as activated. Just saying. So we're taking note, we're paying attention to all the little details to see if there's something to be said about, okay, hitting that goal or not hitting that goal. What's the impact? And so you said, let me help you. I appreciate the liking, friends. Thank you so much. We have 5.2 likes in 4 minutes, so we're moving faster, y'all. Y'all are doing it. So I appreciate the support. Let's keep going. We're halfway there. So I appreciate all the support. And the AI says sharing tips for beginners on how to go live with confidence. Ask your questions. Ask your questions, friends. Don't forget to ask those questions. Thank you so much. What is that? Was it the elect lady? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for that daily heart me dream builder for life. Thank you for the follow. I see you as well. Thank you all for coming in. So we just got started. Like I said, in the beginning of your live, you want to warm it up. And that's what we're doing. We're activating the live. And I go live twice a day. I do 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern daily. And what we're doing right now is the 4 p.m. live. And we are getting things going now. I came on a little late, y'all, so it wasn't quite 4 p.m. But, but we still show up. We stay consistent. Y'all see me. I gotta get back to my schedule again. Thank you so much. My pleasure. I appreciate that, the elect lady. Any tips on getting back in your groove after a long break? Hey, you know what? So to a certain extent, Soda, that is pretty much what just happened. That is pretty much what just happened to me. Thank you so much for the jewels. I appreciate it, friend. That is pretty much what just happened. Not that it was a long break. It was 10 days. I was traveling abroad, coming here. Jerry's Delights by Sunshine. Thank you so much for being here. That's a cool name. Um, a lot of it is just kind of jumping back in. I'm just gonna say this, it is a little interesting seeing how things shift a little bit for me in terms of the algorithm, trying to get a feel for getting pushed out. When I did those pop-ups when I was away, they did okay. They did fairly well. In terms of just showing up in random times and stuff like that. It actually got me to thinking like maybe 7:30 a.m. might be my new time, y'all. I'm just saying. That 7:30 a.m. was like, there's a lot of people in this room. Okay. So I was thinking about it, but we hit the 10K likes. Let's see. 10K likes in 7 minutes. Thank you all for supporting. I appreciate that. We're going to continue to tap, but if you don't mind sharing the live out, if you click the share, you can repost, you can add it to your story, you can send it to individuals, you can send it to your groups if you belong to groups as well. And then what I say about in the middle of the screen, if you press my nose or glasses, you can also send it to your other friends there as well. So there's multiple ways you can share out the live to support. So any support is greatly appreciated. Thank you, Jerry. I see your friend. Thank you so much. I forgot how to do things. Did you forget? Oh no, this is like riding a bike, friend. So once you get back into it, you're like, oh, I'm back. All right, we're here. We're live. You'll get it. You'll get it. But here's what I will tell you, Soda. I think your question at its core is important because um, I don't want you to feel like if you leave, you can't start again. Okay? You can start where you left off. The stream doesn't change. You might get a little bit of, lower views and engagement in the beginning, but it will come back. So I don't want you to feel like, you know what, there's no point in starting over or starting up again. So keep going, stay consistent. Even when you take a break, people start showing up again. And so I'll use my YouTube as an example. My YouTube, we were chatting here, and there was a couple people. I don't know, Car, if you're still in the room. A couple people that were engaging, and a couple people who sent items. A because they have super chats, they have super stickers, they have some different things you can send, and they were sending things in the chat, which is great. That's part of YouTube Partners program, so it's a good way to support and monetize the app, the live stream, and so that was happening too. And my 10 o'clock live again, kind of lower views, not much engagement, but this 4 o'clock has been better. Okay. And again, this is where now I'm getting back to my old schedule, coming back after being on vacation, doing pop ups, but not necessarily doing my regular live schedule. So, there was a little bit of a lower views that happened in the morning, but hey, so far we start off great for the afternoon. So we're going to say that. So, why do so many people want to co host? What you mean, Jerry? What do you mean by that? Why do so many people want to co-host? Hello, Francis. How are you? Houston, hey, friend. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Yeah, the co-host. So do you answer that question? That is a good answer. The battling could be a piece of it. Hey, real Esther K. How are you, friend? Welcome to the room. That could be a piece of it. Co-hosting um, does allow you to battle. Um, I know when it comes to co hosting, you also have a little bit of connection with people and it allows you to stream longer because you're having this conversation. Think about it as if you're on, a phone call, a FaceTime, a video phone call, and you're able to have this back and forth conversation with that person. So it does make it kind of flow a little easier if you have that support in the room. But the battling is probably the real answer, y'all. That probably is the answer. I tried going live, I did not get anyone in my room. How many times did you try going live, Jerry? Jerry's Delights by Sunshine. So, Bake with Me. My papa was our chef baker. I love that. So, Papa was Jerry. My husband's name is Jerry, so I love that. Co-host request comes up often on my live too. The elect. You guys know y'all can turn that off. Let me know if y'all knew that. I get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. Okay, thank you. Let me know if you need me to show you how to turn it off. But you can turn that feature off. You said three. Oh, no, you just did the first three. You need to keep going, friend. The first three is really the where TikTok's not pushing you out. You're not getting pushed out really until like the first 30. You got to really go live and continue to go live, and you'll see things improve. You'll see things improve like after day 7 to 14. You'll start seeing a little bit more improvement if you're daily and consistent. Um, So kind of keep that in mind. But yeah, you those first three are the test lives where TikTok didn't even give you all the features yet. You don't have the ability to pin comments. I don't even know if you got the daily heart me. Someone said that the other day and was like, "Hey, you can't send out a daily heart me." I was like, "Or receive it." I think that's it. You can't receive it. So I didn't even realize that that was something that wasn't a thing in those first three. And I'll tell you why I didn't realize it, because when I did my first three, I didn't even know it was a thing to get. And so just knowing now that that's something that they don't give you early access to. How do you turn off the feature that keeps asking you to co-host with your room requests? Okay, 904, I'll show you guys. Okay. Um, so yes, let me show you guys. They're like, you said how? Y'all said how? Y'all said, lady, tell us how. How you doing, Amanda? Oh, that's sweet. Amanda's my mom's name too. So y'all coming in the room. Look at y'all. I love it. Okay, now that makes sense. Yeah. So let's show you real quick. I'm gonna show you how to do it. I'll show you guys on my other account. Thank you all for coming in the room. I appreciate you all being here. If you guys are coming in, we're gonna talk about engagement. All right. We're gonna talk about engagement because I'm gonna say if you come into someone's home, if you're coming to someone's home, the first thing you're going to say is hello, how you doing? All the questions, you're going to say those greetings. So when you come into someone's live, you want to make sure you do the greeting. You want to make sure you are an engaged viewer. In turn, what I'm teaching you is how to be an engaged viewer, a good viewer, so that when you become a live host, you can tell your viewers how to engage. You can let them know some of the things they should be doing because you've been doing it as a great viewer. Does that make sense? So one of the things you want to do is share the live out. We talked about sharing the live. We got the heart still flowing, so you guys are tapping and liking the live there. And then you also can put comments in, put stickers in, grab your daily heart me. Those are things that you want to do. Hello, unapologetically, Crystal. Thank you so much. I appreciate your thoughts. You are so welcome, friend. So let's see. Let's do this. We are going to my shop page. My shop page is Dr. Lisa Shops. So we're going to go there. I'm going to activate this live. So we are live here. We're not live yet. We're going to go to the live screen. So now we're here. And so with that live, you guys see me? You guys said how to turn off the feature for co-hosting request. Okay, so I'm going to show you how. So we're actually going to go live because you can't do it before you go live. You have to do it while you're in the live. And so I'm going to click go live. And so in this feature, oh, wait a minute, TikTok gave us the flash go. Let me activate that because we'll see. Oh, I didn't mean to send an invite. Who did I just invite? Oh Lord, y'all talking about co-host. It's the ice cream cone, 12 ice cream cones. TikTok flash goal is a goal where TikTok sets it. I don't. It's some way for TikTok to activate the live to let you know people are here, engaging and interacting in your live stream. It's one per person, so everybody in the room. Yeah, it would be great if you all could participate in supporting that flash goal. So we need a total of 12. We're halfway there. So if you have not sent an ice cream cone, please send one to support the live stream. I appreciate you, and it's a one-coin gift. So that is the ice cream cone. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate the support. We are almost there, 8 of 12. Okay, so we're live. The interlocking rings are co-hosts. Thank you all. Hey, Brooke. Interlocking rings are co-hosts. Two heads is the multi-guest. Co-host is where somebody's in their room, you're in your room, and your room has your viewers, their room has their viewers, but you guys are connecting. So it's like being on the telephone with somebody or a virtual call. You're both at your respective locations, but you are able to connect with each other. Does that make sense? Now, guest means that they are actually in your room. So that's somebody in your house. Okay. Now, y'all in the same space, y'all in the same place. And so that person is in your house and you can pull them up as a guest. You can have guest boxes to the side. You can have them in the middle of the screen. You can have one-to-one conversation where it looks like you're co-hosting with them, or you can have it where you both are or they're in your box to the side. So as a guest, you're responsible for your guest. Let me say that again. Your guests are in your home, in your room, and so their behavior is a reflection on you. So you got to make sure you bring people up that you trust, that know how to act. You just don't bring anybody up in your house, do you? So keep that in mind. That's how you have to think about this. Like, not everybody can come up in your boxes. So we'll talk about that in a second. But let me answer your question about co-hosts. We are responsible for guest behavior. Gotcha. Yep. Great advice. Okay. Healing Circles, how are you, friend? Welcome to the room. So thank you so much. Thank you all for being here. So just know we're going to talk about live streaming real quick. So two rings here. Thank you so much, Elle. We got that flash go. Thank you all. I appreciate that. Mona, thank you so much for supporting, coming on in. How you doing, friend? So, okay, two guests. Let's click this. So see, this is my other account. This is the account that we're on. So this account said, hey, you know somebody here. You can invite them to join. I could invite myself and we could end up having a conversation with each other. So, but that's essentially what happened. So these are people who you're friends with. So I'm friends with my other account. And these are some suggested people say TikTok says that maybe you want to co-host with. And then these are some random people you can kind of do quick invites with. Hello, everybody coming in the room. Appreciate you all. I'm good. Thank you for the information. Thank you so much, friend, for the information. You're welcome, friend. Okay, one thing I want you to pay attention to is three dots. These three dots in the corner. You can go to settings here. And here is where you could turn off different features. Okay, so you can turn off the feature where it says invite, allow invites from people who aren't your friends when you go live. So you don't get those random invites. So you can turn that off. You also can turn off allow viewers to suggest co-hosts, allow requests from guests to join as co-hosts. Turn that off. Get notifications when suggested creators are live. Get notifications of creators you follow are live. So you can turn all these off. This is under the settings for co-hosting. So if you don't want any of those random requests and stuff like that, turn it off. All right? I'm about to go turn that right off now. So now, why would you not turn it off? Now, mine are not turned off. Ooh, thank you. You're welcome. And so the top one here is allow invites from friends when you're live. So that one you might want to keep on. You could, because like I just showed y'all my other account. If my other account wanted to request this account and we wanted to co-host with each other, me against me, um, I wouldn't get that notification if it's turned off. So just kind of keep that in mind. So sometimes you want to keep that when you battle. That's what we talked about earlier. When you do a battle with someone, when you do a battle, you have to be friends with that person so you can find each other under this co-host list. So that's one thing. Keep that in mind. If you're going to try to do a battle, you want to be able to find the people. Let me do that differently. I click the rings, the two people instead. So if you want to battle with somebody, you got to be friends with them. And you also have to be matching. Now, here's what I mean by matching. So you can't have different um, requirements on who can come to your live, like the 18 years and older, the audience control. Thank you all for the daily heart me's. I appreciate the support. So you got to match that person. If you're not matching, y'all won't be able to find each other. All right. So if you got your 18 years and older turned on, meaning that you got to be 18 years and older to come to your live. Now, if your live is a sensitive topic, maybe you're talking about something that's a little bit more mature and adult in nature, then you want to have the audience control turned on. If you are someone who is trying to sell your services and products, you got to turn it on for that too. Um, so just know your audience control may be turned on. Mine is not turned on. I don't keep it on. I let different people come into my live and engage and have conversation and stuff. Now, if someone who wanted to connect with me and I don't have mine on, but they have theirs on, they wouldn't be able to message me or they wouldn't be able to invite me. So just know you got to match. So either you both got to have it turned on or you have to both have it turned off. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That's the reason why you wouldn't be able to find someone. Do you have to do this every time you go live? Once you turn those features off, they're turned off. hmm So you saw when I clicked that feature that one was on, one was off. Click the three dots in the corner, go to settings, and see this one is already turned off. It's off, but the other ones are turned on. So I could turn them all off, to be honest with you. I could. How you doing, Carlene? Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for the follow. What about in the comments? It keeps asking if I was to invite up the individuals in my room. Um, I have not tested this, but I think once you turn these features off, those invites go away. Like um, get notifications when creators you follow are live. If you turn that off, you're not going to get that notification. Those may be people you're following. And then another one is get notifications when suggested creators are live. TikTok is suggesting people too. Turn it off. I think that comes what you see in the chat. So that's what you're seeing, friend. So yeah, you can turn all that off. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. So yeah, good evening. Thank you so much. Thank you for the follow. I see the Daily Heart Me. I appreciate the Daily Heart Me's coming through. Hello, new. How you doing? Imparnador. I think that's how you pronounce it. Let me know if I said that right. It didn't sound like I said it right, but thank you. Welcome to the room. Appreciate you. So for every person, you have to accept them in your room. Yeah, exactly. You can turn on a feature. Well, let me take that back. For the co-host, you got to accept them. Yes. You got to accept them. Sometimes people pop up though. Let me clarify that. You will get a notification that pops up on your screen and you got to accept or deny them. All right? So, let me do this. Yes, this is my first time. I appreciate your teaching. You're so welcome, friend. Let me show you guys in real time. I'm going to decline it, but I'm going to invite my other account. So here, so that you guys can see what it looks like. It popped up. I just sent an invite. And so you can turn it off. It says, don't show this for 10 minutes. I can click that. Oh, stop it. Let me decline it. I declined it. I was trying to click the circle. It wouldn't let me do the circle with the way my phone was turned. But I declined it. Now, because I haven't, I don't think I would have been immediately invited, but you got to make sure I wouldn't immediately accept it, but you got to make sure you don't have that where when someone requests you that it automatically accepts that person. Okay. So yes, this is the first time. Appreciate it. You guys are welcome. So you can turn that feature off as well. Yes. At the bottom it says invite. Is is the people looking in from the FYP. When you're live, it does say different people are inviting, and there are people who are looking from the FYP. There are also people who are actively on the app. I know for a fact I get invitations, invited as guests, and I'm not looking out on those people from the FYP. I'm not on the FYP at all. I'm in my inbox, and the next thing I know, I see a notification that pops up, and someone says, you invite them as a guest. So I think what's happening is that TikTok is seeing that these people are actively on the app. So I'm in the app. So that is true. I'm in the app. I may be in my inbox. I may have just left somebody else's live room. I may have even been in someone's room. I've had that happen where the notification pops up on my screen and says this person invited you as a guest, and I'm sitting in someone's live already. And so I don't think it is the case that that person is on the FYP all the time. I think there are some cases that they are on the FYP and they're watching, they're about to tap to come in, but I don't think that's always the case that they're watching from the FYP. So just know that that's not always the case. So I will say that just from my own personal experience. Okay. Thank you so much. And I think people make it seem like it is, but I don't think that's true. There's no way that's true. So it must be a distinction between how those notifications are coming in, the timing of those notifications, but that's not true. Um, Definitely not true. Let me know if there's other questions. I'm going to end this live over here, but let's see. But that is another way for you guys to turn those features off. I will tell you this. I'm one of those people where this is my growth season, y'all. I'm growing. I'm trying my best to grow. I want to see myself have opportunities, and I'm not necessarily in a space where I close different doors and say no to things too quickly. Does that make sense? I want to make sure that I'm having opportunities. So the whole chat right now, I'll tell you right now, my little chat thing is going. I don't turn that off. Claim it. I am too. There we go, friend. There we go. That's it. You are the host can see who's watching from the FYP or not joining. Say you as the host can see who's watching from the FYP and not joining. Those notifications, I think again, I think they speak to who's in the app right now when it says invite as a guest or something like that. So just know there are people who are in the app. Now, could they see you on the FYP? You're probably showing up on the FYP. Now, I don't see everybody though. Like y'all, many of y'all just came in the room for the first time. Y'all wasn't following me. So I don't know. I didn't know you guys were out there watching me. So that to me is not true where you can see any and everybody. I think TikTok is making it so that you are able to see more people potentially who are out there. And sometimes when I'm live, I'll actually speak in and say, hey, if you're watching me from the FYP, you might as well come in, get your daily heart me, connect with me, let's grow together. So I'll say stuff like that. And, hopefully that may bring some new visibility and new eyes to my room. But not everybody is actively out there watching your live at the time. Stella, thank you so much for the follow. I see you, friend. Thank you, Bob. How you doing, friend? Welcome to the room again. Thank you for the flowers. Right, because I was gonna press it. He was gonna press the people coming in. So I don't normally do that. I don't normally invite people, but I don't necessarily stop those notifications because in my mind it's like, okay, there may be somebody I might want to invite. Sometimes I accidentally hit it, like you guys heard me earlier. It's like, oh, don't accept because I was about to transition to something else. But sometimes I've hit it and person come on and we have a quick conversation and life goes on. So it's totally fine. Thank you so much for the radiant launch gift. I appreciate it, friend. Yes, but you answered the question. Okay, appreciate it, friend. Thank you for that. Debbie's page, hello, how you doing, friend? Those who are new in the room, put hello in the chats. I see you guys coming in. Like I said, when you come to someone's home in real life, not on these TikTok streets, you would come in and say hello. You would greet them. So I want you guys to practice that, doing the same thing, saying hello, connecting. Hey, Mama Karen, connecting and saying hello. Because the reason why you're doing that, if you're interested in becoming a live host and you want to go live, you're going to practice the behavior that you want your guests to do. Okay? Hey Stella, how you doing? Hey friend, how you doing? Is it co-op? Crochet, thank you so much for being here. Vaughn, hello. So we're practicing the behaviors that we want our guests to have. Thank you so much for the heart puffs. I appreciate that. When are we going to play the tap game again? What you mean, tapping the live 10K in 10 minutes? Well, that happens in the first 10 minutes. That's when we do that. But you're always asking your viewers to like the live, to share the live out, to comment, to engage, support the live goals, support by doing the fan club and sending stickers um, and also making sure they send the popular vote. So all those things are things you're wanting your community, your viewers to do to support your live. Let's see. I have always been an extrovert, but super introverted on TikTok. Carlene, really? I've always been an introvert, but I've been able to present as an extrovert on TikTok. So appreciate that. I tell people that all the time. I said I'm a shy girl. I don't talk. Hey, I'm introverted, but here I'm able to do. It's that alter ego, that introvertedness. Like you want to say stuff, but you're in your head saying it, but you can say it out loud now here, and I'm okay with that. So I've been able to make that transition here. Let's say, you said I start next month. Need as much advice as I can get. Mr. Leader 91, how you doing, friend? What do you mean? You're gonna start your live journey next month? Next month is actually next week. But what's the delay? What's the hold up, friend? Tell me more. Tell me more. Why did we set that date for next month? Matter of fact, you probably should go live now to get those first three lives out the way so you have all the features. And so when you're really ready to hit the ground running next month, you're not doing it in that new live space. You're doing it as someone who has already unlocked all the features. So that would be my recommendation. What is all of that? What does it do? What is all what, Fred? Let me know what you meant by that. Helping people reach success and happiness. I love that. That is awesome. Hey, thank you for the love you so much, Beatable. Appreciate you, friend. Thank you all who are coming in. How long have you been doing this? Debbie's page. So I've been going live um, as a it was kind of a New Year's resolution for myself, New Year, New Me in 2025. So I really marked that as my 1 year of going live, like January 1st. And so I've been going live for now, we're in March of 2026. So over a year. So over a year. And I've been going live as of February of 2025. I've been going live twice a day. So twice a day, I go live daily, and it's been over a year. And I learned a lot. I grew a lot. I'm also an agency owner and manager, Creator Network Agency. It's a free program on TikTok. I'll talk about that a little bit more. But first of all, because I talk about go live beginner tips, many of you are probably not going live enough and regularly enough to necessarily join that program because you want to make sure you are committing to going live. You don't join an agency and show up one day and don't show up again. So you got to get to the point where you're actively going live and you're going to commit to the go live process. And it's a great way to monetize and grow your community, build your page up, and do all the things. But you got to be consistent, you all. Wow, I need that trait. What do you mean? What trait? The trait of being just consistency, dedication. I tell people there's four things. I used to say two, but now I've added an additional two. So the first thing I say, consistency and engagement. Those are the main two. You got to be a consistent person to be in the space. You got to be an engaging person to be a live host. So those are two things you always want to pay attention to. What is your ability to show up and continue to show up, even when things go up and down? Up and down is a roller coaster. So you never know who's going to come in your room. You never know what engagement is going to be like. You can kind of increase your knowledge and understanding over time. You'll have some times when things are really going well, and then you have some times when your room is not rooming the same way. I've been there, so to a certain extent, I'm kind of there now where I'm trying to get things back up and running again. Um, so those are the things that I tell you off the jump: consistency, engagement. I added the two more, and I would say that you got to make sure that you are. When I think about a level of discipline, okay, a level of discipline, meaning that it's beyond just consistency. It's like, okay, I'm going to do things and I'm going to do it in a way that no matter what, I'm going to stay focused. I'm going to stay the course. I'm going to continue to do this. All right. That to me is a little bit different because there's people who want to show up one day and just kind of, for lack of a better word, half-ass it. You can't do that. This is something where you're going to say, okay, I'm going to show up and I'm going to do things this way, and this is how it's going to look. And then you can make pivots, don't get me wrong, but there's something to be said about showing up and having that structure and staying focused. And then the other thing I'm going to say is patience. A lot of people are not patient. You give up. Things don't go well. You in the live. You upset. You're looking at things and saying, I'm never going live again. You don't show up again. You don't have patience for letting the process play out. And so a big piece of this is being patient in a way that you probably never even practiced patience before, because not everybody's room is going to room. Not everything's going to happen instantly overnight, but you got to keep showing up. Even when the things are hard and uncomfortable and it's weird and you're trying to figure out why you're doing this, but you keep showing up and you keep growing and building and letting your personality evolve and come out on the live stream. So that's going to be so important. Let me catch some comments. I might be missing some comments, you all. I appreciate it. Let me circle back. You said had to go. You have a great day. Thank you so much for being there. Is there a certain time frame to be live? I've heard hosts say that they have X amount of men left to end, X amount of minutes left to end. Um, let me circle back because that's kind of a loaded question, but let me answer that. Give me 1 second, Mona. New year, new me. I love that. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was me. I tried every day. What does that mean? Every day. How long were you live, and how long you been doing it? Nice. I've gone live 4 times. There we go. I love that. Can I do 3 mini lives in a private group to get used to it before my first live? Um, are you pressing the go live button? Then you're live. Let me know if you're pressing the go live button. I talk about the private live, so you could do a private live, but I'll talk about that again. What are the features? What's the features? What do you mean? What features are you talking about? Crochet, getting area ready and content correctly. All right. Um, don't try to be perfect. Practice makes progress. We're not searching for perfection here. So I tell that is we got a sticker for that. Practice makes progress. We don't talk about perfection in this space. So don't try to make sure everything is perfect and room is right and all this stuff. You evolve, you get better. It should improve. You should not try to make it perfect, because guess what? This is not a perfect system. It changes, it evolves, and you're gonna have to adapt to all those changes. You said you did your first live today, Vaughn. Congratulations. Yes, I am. Hello, hello. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all. I was catching up on time. You said I need that trader. So let me catch up on a few others. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the follow. You said I go live just when I feel up to it. Well, yeah, that's different. You can't continue to do that. Your hair. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I think that's a compliment. Appreciate the support, friend. Thank you so much. He's like, your hair. I don't think that's what you meant. Welcome. So yeah, can we use filters if we go live? Absolutely. Absolutely. Filters, effects, yeah, you can use that. You should. Yeah. Um, let's see. So time frame. Let me answer Mona's question. She asked the question about, is there a time frame to go live? I've heard hosts say they're about to get off in a certain amount of minutes. So I'm gonna start by saying, the host might have had a time frame that they picked for themselves, and they said, "Hey guys, I'm about to get off, about to get off in like 10 minutes, and we'll catch each other later." So that could be part of what you're hearing. Sometimes I'll say I tell people try to go live at least 1 hour, because that is a valid go live day. TikTok uses that in the analytics to say you've gone live for one day because you went over 60 minutes. Okay, so that's a valid go live day. So most people you might hear people trying to get to the 60-minute mark. Monetization wise, through how TikTok monetizes your live, you get live the highest percentage if you go live at least 25 minutes. So sometimes people might be saying, hey, y'all, I'm just going to be here for a real quick live. I'm only going to do 25 minutes. I'm about to get off in a few minutes. So that might be what you're hearing too. So maybe that's partially what they're doing. I tell people for TikTok to really get used to your live stream and kind of know what you're talking about, and making sure that you're The AI is picking up on your stream and maybe you're getting pushed out to the FYP a few times throughout your live, I say try to go 90 minutes to 2 hours. Okay? That's kind of where you want to be on average. 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, potentially even 3 hours if you can get up to that point. I typically I range anywhere between 90 minutes to about 3 hours. Just depends on what's happening in live, what we're talking about. I'm typically like tapped out around 2.5 hours. That's typically where I'm at. And so it just depends on what the conversation is, what the questions are, and guests come in. We have different topics happening, so it just depends. Are you still live? Yes, I'm still. No, no, from earlier. No, not Wanda. Wanda said, I left you at 10 o'clock. You still live? So Wanda, no, I do lives twice a day. Hey, Lisa, I do live twice a day at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. So you came at my 4 o'clock live. And so I've been live. I didn't start at 4 o'clock on the dot actually because I was on the YouTube side. So I've been live for 40 minutes. So that's how long I've been live right now. So yeah, she said, "Are you still live, girl?" As I talk about time. But yeah, so it just depends. So I would tell you get to the point where you're going at least 60 minutes. Okay? That's where you want to go for a valid go live day from an analytics perspective. Get to that point. And so and try your best to look at the time because you don't want to stop at 57 minutes, y'all. Some people do that. Hey, Glow. People do that. It's like, damn it was 57 minutes because you didn't look at the time. Look at the time. Look at your analytics so you know that you did over 60 minutes, okay? So yeah, that's what I would tell you to do. And get to that point where you're doing that, you're being consistent. You said, Crochet, I went live for a few minutes, but I did not know what I was doing. Mention the features and buttons. Okay, let me talk about the features and buttons for you. So let me talk about the features. I'll talk about that. Let me talk about it also. Who asked the question? I said private live. Who was I talking to when I mentioned the question about private live? I can't remember who asked that question, but I'm going to circle back and explain private lives because that may be what you're talking about, friend. I see people reading together. Is that still considered a live? If they hit the go live button, they're co-hosting or guesting the panel and they're reading. That's the book talk people. So people who are really into TikTok, the book talk individuals. That's what it's, excuse me, that's what it's called. So yeah, so people do that. There are some reading lives. I'll wait. You can't possibly still be talking. No, I'm not talking. That was it was a, I went live earlier today for 90 minutes. That was a 90-minute live that I did almost on the dot because I was looking at the time. So it's funny, my friend who asked the question about how many, I'm only going to stay on for a few more minutes. That's kind of how I was at the 90 minutes live today. I was like, okay, guys, I'm about to get off. For those who are just coming in the room or just meeting me for the first time, I had traveled for 10 days out of the country, and today is my day back on my regular schedule. So 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. When for the last 10 days, I was just doing pop-ups. And so you guys would catch me random times of each day. I did every day, but it was just random times. And it was never, it was very few times I was able to do a live at 10 a.m. or 4 p.m. It was different times of the day. So, and that's just because I was in South Africa. So the time difference is 6 hours ahead, and I was struggling with that. So when I went live today at 10 o'clock, I'm still jet lagged, y'all. So a girl is a little tired. So I'm trying my best to stay alert and up to speed with all the comments and questions and stuff, but I feel a little drained, but it's all good. I'm gonna still stay on. I might try to do at least 2 hours for this live. We'll see how I feel when I get to the 90-minute mark. So we'll see. You said you're home from the motherland. I am, Lisa. I am back, friend. Thank you so much for being here. How's everything going? You said that's a long time for an introvert. Hey, it is, y'all. But you get used to it. You get used to it. I don't want you guys to sit back and be like, oh, you know, the person you show up, and I was saying this at my on the YouTube. Your day 1 is not like your day 30. Your day 30 is not like your day 90. Okay? So as you do this, you get more improved, and that person you was in the beginning is not the person you're going to show up after you've done this for several months. All right? So I can say that I personally have experienced that. If you look at my content, you can see how my content has evolved. You can see how I show up differently if you go way down at the bottom to the beginning. Okay, and so just know to now, just know that you evolve and you get better. That's with anything in life. This is a representation of those life lessons that we have. Practice makes progress. If you keep practicing, you get better. We like to say perfection, but there's never really a true perfection. And so if you have the mindset that you got to be perfect from the beginning, you're actually doing yourself a disservice. You want to be able to say, I'm going to evolve, I'm going to improve, I'm going to get better over time. I'm going to be able to make some shifts and pivots where necessary. I'm not going to let my mind get in the way, and that fear that I have get in the way of me doing something really special and being successful. So that's the type of stuff you're going to have to tell yourself and keep telling yourself, because recognizing that you are going to improve over time. Thank you, Lisa. I see you with the stickers. Appreciate your friend. Thank you all. Hey, I'm here for the first time. Miss Elaine, how you doing, friend? I appreciate that. Hi is hi. I saw you visit another live today. Loving your glow. Y'all, I wasn't able to visit the way I was today because every time I went live, we were either coming or going. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this live, y'all, real quick. I'm gonna do this live and talk with y'all for the last 10 days when I was away, and we were either getting ready to go out for the day or either coming back from the day and about to go out to dinner or go to bed or whatever the case may be. It was just weird. So I wasn't able to engage as much as I thought I would be able to. And so I was so happy to get back to my people's rooms and connect with them. So it was a good feeling. Thank you all for being here. As a viewer, I see hearts on the right side going up, but I can't figure out where that button is. CC, I got you, friend. And you were going to be hearting these lives from here on out. Should you have a second account to look at your live? Yes, you should, because that's what I'm going to tell CC. Matter of fact, my screen, because I had did that example, my screen that went out on me. Thank you for sharing that, because I'm about to show CC in 1 second. Let me catch up on a few other comments. So let me just make sure I'm not too far behind. You said I'll be watching my time, Lisa. You said I've been looking at that clock. No. You said this is a long time for an introvert. Y'all are so funny, but it gets easier, you all. I don't want you guys to be hung up on how you show up today, because that's not how you're gonna show up in the future. Okay. So yeah, that's not the future you. The future you is gonna be different. And when you think about in real life, if you start a workout regimen or even a diet of some sort, in the beginning, it's challenging, especially a workout regimen. Your body's aching, you're sweating a lot, you're doing all the stuff. But over time, it gets easier. Just let's use something simple, a walking. Like you want to walk a mile. That first mile, that first time you have to do it, you huffing and puffing, you struggling. But you do that daily for a month, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. It gets a lot easier. The person you was starting off on that walk in the beginning is not the person you're going to be later. Again, with a diet, same concept. So anything you do, you're going to improve. I use the analogy all the time here when I talk about a new job. Think about TikTok as a new job, y'all. I'm just saying. It is a new job. It's a job. Okay, so think about it that way. When you start that job, you're nervous, you're afraid, you're kind of butterflies in your stomach. You might have a lot of excitement going on. You're trying to figure out, okay, I need to meet all these new people. I'm a new kid in the room and stuff. So you have that experience. And then after 30 days, you feel better. You know the acronyms, the jargon, all the things. 90 days, you're like, hey, I could do my boss's job. I need a raise. So that's what happens here. I don't want you guys to forget that. That's exactly what happens here. So all that nervous energy you're having is the beginning, but as you do it and do it consistently, okay? Have discipline about it. It gets better. You're improved, okay? Should the second account have a different username, name, and user too? Yes. Yes, you should have a different account. Hi, my dear. I've got exciting news. I took your advice. I posted just a 26-second video. How did it go, Dr. J? How did that video go? Oh, wait a minute, Dr. J, that's right. You told me you were doing 2 to 5 minute videos. I think you said that earlier. So how did it feel doing a 26 second video? I know it felt different. So he said, I struggle with consistency, working on being accountable to myself. I heard that, Gina. Jeannie, thank you so much. That's true. It's hard. The consistency piece is hard. I did it as a New Year's resolution. So I was committed to at least try it for 30 days. And that's what I told my husband. I said, I'm doing this for 30 days. And then at the end of the 30 days, I had some great wins. I had monetized. Monetize is all relative. I'm gonna explain that, but it was a win. It was a win. I see everything as a win. Okay. Um, I had grown my numbers pretty well. I had learned the app and understood a lot more in terms of how to do this. Girl, I need that lipstick. You're so funny. My lipstick. Actually, on my YT, I'm live, same name, same username on YouTube. I have the lipstick in the on the shop in the shop over here, so it is posted because they didn't have it on TikTok, but they had it on YouTube. So it is posted over there. There's a gloss and a lipstick I use. There's two different products, and it's on the YouTube. So if you go over there, you can actually get it, the exact same lipstick. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you all for coming in. I see you guys. Thank you for the shares. Appreciate the engagement. You always want to engage with folks. Thank you for the new follow. I see you, Christine. Appreciate that. I even learned how to make it into a text and point format. Look at you. Why, CC, you said, why would I want a second account just to go live? Okay, CC, let me answer your question. I apologize, friend. Let me go back to that. Yes, thanks for the straight talk about my efforts posting the 3 to 5 minute videos. I'm tickled about it, but I appreciate you coming back and sharing that, friend. Yeah, they don't have to be that long. You don't have to make them that long at all. Um, so I appreciate you sharing that. Praying boss, appreciate you all coming in on my way to Spanish class now. All right, friend, take care. All right, so here, let's do this. Let me explain the two devices for our friend Cece. So Cece, when you are going live, this is my agency page. This is the agency account. So I told you guys earlier, I'm a creator network agency. I'll talk about that in a little bit as well. But this is the agency page. And so this account is different name, different account. It's actually a business account because the agency has to be a business account. When it comes to my shop page, I showed you guys that example of the co-host features. That was my shop account we went to. That account is a personal account. It's not business. It's a personal account. You got to be business personal to do TikTok Shop affiliate programs. So that's why it has to be personal as well. Shop, you definitely want your. It is strongly encouraged to have a separate account if you want to be in the TikTok Shop affiliate. I'll explain that in a second, but it is strongly recommended. So when I'm live, I can see comments that you guys have. When people are sharing your live out, the shares from the live host perspective just kind of goes up. You're seeing all these shares and you miss comments. So this account is actually helpful because I can look here and see if there's a comment that I don't see because the shares are just flowing, which is fine. I want y'all to share, okay? So, but I have the other account where I can check and see what happened. You dropped so many gems. You are so welcome, friend. And so I have this other account that I can see the comments better. The other reason, hey Trev, how are you doing, friend? The other thing is when it comes to liking my live, hello, Halleck, friend, how are you, friend? Um, when it comes to liking my live, somebody asked about the hearts that are flowing on the side here. I'm backwards. So the hearts over here that are flowing, it is from people tapping the screen in a couple different ways. They are probably literally tapping or they're using a clicker device. I'm gonna show this in a second. But the taps are coming from here where it says 63.64K now likes have happened. Thank you so much. I see you 1 year, Halleck. So if I'm liking my live, you'll see very clearly at the top, right here, under my picture, you're gonna see it in a second. There's gonna be a pink heart that pops up. That pink heart is gonna have a line that crawls across. See that pink heart that popped up? And is showing how many likes are happening as people are typing the screen. So you want your viewers to come in and like your live. That shows TikTok people are enjoying and engaging in the live stream, and it also supports with getting more visibility to your live. So you want those likes to happen. That heart got fatter. You see where that heart is starting to have little dots percolate out of it, and then it shows how many likes you sent. The confetti fell on the screen too. So instead of tapping with your finger, you can use this tapping device that'll tap for you. The heart popped up quickly, the lines crawling across. It's at 10. I usually do make it a little less. Uh-oh, turned it off. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm wrong way. I'm backwards, you all. So I usually make it a little less, but it'll start tapping for me. And that's a way to tap and like the live. So another device, another account, and a tapper, you can like your own live. I jokingly say, and it's actually the truth, if you can't like your live, who else can? Okay? So keep that in mind. You got to love on yourself. You got to love on yourself. You got to be the first person that is loving on yourself. So another device, another account allows you to do that in a seamless way. All right? That's what you want to do. All right? So you want to love on yourself. All right? And so you're liking your live, you're commenting. If you choose to, that account can comment. I normally don't do it, but sometimes I'll put a comment in and it says hello, and I want people to follow that account because it's the business account, it's the agency account. I'm with you. I love me some me. I heard that, friend. I heard that. How do you get a second account? Do you need a second email? You do. You need a second email. I think you actually need like do a Google Voice phone number too. I think you need another phone number too, another email. So Google email, Google Voice to get a number, and you can have a second account that way. Yeah, that's how you can do it. So so create another one, and then that was the answer to the likes. Somebody was asking about the hearts that are flowing over here. So you want to always like on your live and support your live stream in that way as well. Um, Other questions. I want to make sure I'm answering my questions for my newbies. We're gonna talk about this. I'll always talk about engagement because you guys come into lives and you ask a whole lot of questions, and then when you get ready to go live yourself, you're gonna be like, "Hey, Doc, why aren't people engaging in my live? Why aren't people commenting? Why aren't people supporting the live and sharing it out and doing all the things?" And I'm gonna say, "How much of that do you do?" And I'm gonna say, "You tell them yourself." Because TikTok knows if you're an engager also. There's different ways that TikTok is tracking your engagement. All right. So from a live host, we see who are our engagers. We also know who are people who actively engage in other lives. We know it. We see it. And so if you're not an engager, because a lot of this app, I told you, consistency, engagement are the two major pillars of being here. I've added the making sure you are disciplined and patient. I've added that, but it all starts with you being consistent, showing up, doing what you need to do, and being an engaging person, whether you are the viewer or the live host. So you got to make sure you are engaging on both fronts. Let me, hey, Halleck, thank you for that daily heart me. Do you need a whole separate functioning phone with cell service or just a separate phone with Wi-Fi? This phone has Wi-Fi. It does not have cellular service. It's Wi-Fi, and when I was away, this my main account obviously has cell service. It had a hotspot, and it would work my Wi-Fi, my other account. So the whole time I went live, every day I went live in South Africa, my other phone was doing exactly this. It was doing exactly that because I had the hotspot. Yeah. Do you have to build the second account as well? Yeah, I mean, it is a functioning second account. Now, this account here as the agency, it doesn't have a lot of followers. I think it's under 500. I think it's like 350 or so followers. Matter of fact, let me see if I can see. Let me see. I'll say hello and you guys can check it out as well. So it's not so this is the agency page. Let's see what does it have. It has 375. I mean 72, I'm sorry. 372. I'm going to pin it. If you guys want to follow, you're welcome to follow it. But this is the official agency page. But yeah, so it's still growing. It comes into this account, it connects, and that's really a lot of those people were people who just followed it that are either in the agency already or people who are looking to build new followers and stuff. I do have the agency page does not have a whole lot of content, as you'll see. Your girl has to get over there and do a little bit more work. I got some work to do, but ultimately, it does. You're building a page. You're creating content for your page, depending on your topic. Let me rewind. A second account. So when it comes to your primary account, Here's how the algorithm works. Trisha T, I saw you come in too, friend. Welcome to the room. Others coming in, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you all coming in. So let me explain kind of some basic understanding of how this whole platform works. We talked about consistency and engagement. Hello, friend. How you? I'm back. I'm back home. I'm back. So, what happens is that the TikTok algorithm is paying attention to everything you watch, everything you type, everything you engage in, the liking of a content, sharing it out, reposting it, watching it matters. Your watch time matters. And then as you go to other people's lives and other places on this app, TikTok shop, whatever the case may be, TikTok is paying attention to your actions. It is tracking what you're doing. And I talk about tracking here in the live stream in a real way because that's represented in the blue boxes that are next to people's names. So you matter, you are worth it. Thank you, friend. So as you're looking at people coming into this live, and anyone who does not have a badge, that's what I call it. It's a badge. That's that blue box with the number in it. And the Lisa box, that's the daily heart me. Then that speaks volumes about your interaction and engagement in a live stream as a viewer. Okay. And it actually does follow you when you become a live host, because as you can look here in my profile and look at any of your profiles, it's there for people to see. That information is there for people to see. It's there for you to track and keep up with as well. So I'll explain what that means. But again, you want to pay attention to your engagement. Send a comment to see if I have a badge. You do. You have a 9 for the blue box and a Lisa. So, I tell people typically to put blue box so that they can see if they have it as well. But that's funny you did that. He's like, I'm just going to see. But if you guys want to put blue box in the chat, you can do that and see for yourself. Holistic, how are you, friend? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you all. I appreciate everybody coming in. You said all these features sending the different things for engagement. What do they mean? Crochet, all these features sending the different things for engagement. What do they mean? Give me 1 second. I think you're asking a place I'm gonna go in a little bit. So give me 1 second. Stay with me for a little bit. Hey, the official. How you doing, friend? Thank you so much. Your voice is so soothing, so easy to listen to. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I do get that often, y'all. So I'm receiving that. I'm receiving that. So thank you so much. Um, Thank you for the daily heart me as well. So let's go back to that engagement piece because I want to talk about the algorithm. So as TikTok is paying attention to your behavior, all right. So it's learning you and it's seeing what you might want to see. So when we talk about the for you feed, for you, that for you feed is informed by your behavior. Okay? So that's what's happening. So TikTok is learning the things you're interested in, the things you're searched on the home screen. There's a search bar, magnifying glass. You can search there. Or the things that you are watching and hearting and liking. You're telling TikTok in real time the things that are of interest to you. So if you have an account, let's play this out. If you have an account, my friend who's the crocheter, and she's interested in crocheting, she's watching the crocheting content, she's engaging with maybe the craft and the knitting community too. So she's all about that type of medium, the fiber arts. So she's really into that stuff. And so then she starts to start looking at stuff about, I don't know, cars. We'll make up something very different. And TikTok's like, oh, you like cars. All right, then well, that's good. Let me see you some car stuff. And you're engaging in this content and watching. Oh, and then she's doing some other stuff where she's watching maybe cooking videos now too. And she's looking at that stuff. Oh, okay, you like cooking too. Okay, let me show you all this cooking stuff. And then over time, she doesn't see as much knitting and crocheting and fiber arts. Because TikTok's like, oh, well, I'm going to send you stuff that are of interest to you. So you end up confusing the algorithm. So when people say you confuse your algorithm, that's what they mean by that. And so your algorithm is confused because of the behaviors and things that you're doing. So if you don't want to confuse the algorithm, create another account based on those other interests. Or even if you just want to do some random stuff over there, that account can be for that. And then you can preserve the focus and primary interest that you have on your main account. Does that make sense? Let me know if you guys got that. Drop me a heart or say yes. Do you mean that when I go to support other creators, I'm helping myself too? If it's of your topic, yeah, sure. If you all over the place randomly engage in other people's content and other people's lives, you again, it depends on what you're doing. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. How you doing, Miss Johnson? I see you as well. Hello, Lorna. Thank you so much for being here. Got it. Thank you. Yes. So that's why you create another account. Shop. I didn't finish my thought earlier about shop. Shop is exactly that reason. Shop, TikTok Shop operates on a different algorithm. It is shoppable content. People who are looking to buy products, people who are looking to engage in TikTok Shop. Okay. So, because of that, when you are posting content about shop content, and then you want to show your crochet and stuff, and then you want to show, and your shop content is not crocheting products, maybe it's beauty products and some other stuff. TikTok's like, oh, well, let me push out this beauty stuff. And then you're like, oh, well, wait a minute, I want to push out my shop, my crochet content too. She's like, no, 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 that's not what you're trying to do. We trying to do shop here. And so that's why people, it's strongly recommended to have a separate account for shop based on your product interest, especially if it's not going to be always aligned with your topic. All right. If it's aligned with your topic, you might be able to get away with it. It's totally fine for the most part. Like if you're only going to do crocheting and knitting and stuff like that, those type of products, then that's good. But if you're going to be random and all over the place, then you might want to get a different account. All right. So for my page, this page here, I do have TikTok shop. And sometimes I'll turn my shopping cart on because I'm showing products for live streams. My clickers in there, my lights are in there, my clip-on lights in there, my microphone. There's some things that are for creators who are trying to go live or post content. And so those are the products that I promote as part of this particular live stream. My shop page, I do health, beauty, some electronics, that type of stuff over there. So there's some random stuff over there. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate it. Sweet love, hello. I do like to give genuinely without return. Thank you so much, Gina. I missed something, but I think I see you, friend. I appreciate it. So how do we get those blue badges? Because I thought I was engaging, but there is a but to that, friend. You are doing okay. There is definitely room for improvement. You are someone who has commented, you have liked a little bit, you haven't shared, so you have watched. There are some things that you could do that can totally improve how you are supporting the live. Okay, what is the name of your shop page? Dr. Lisa Shops. Yeah, so Dr. Lisa Shops. That is my shop page. I'll bring her in here for a second. So thank you all for coming in. We're going to share out the live while I do this. If you want to click the arrow in the corner here and repost, share it out, add to the story, as well as share it out to your friends and groups. That will be great. Thank you all for sharing. I appreciate the support. Let me go to my shop page and it will come in and say hello as well. So I appreciate you all coming in and supporting. Let's see. And we'll say hello. So this is the shop page, you all. Thank you all for coming in. I'm going to pin this. So if you guys want to follow this account, this is the shop page. So you can see a comparison. This page here, I need to do some more shoppable products videos. So I haven't done stuff in a while. I usually use this as a show and tell account. So it's funny, the most recent video when I was away, I did a show and tell and I haven't deleted it yet. I think it was showing an example of how to post and add an event link. That's what that video was about. Um, but with that being said, I'll probably hide that video so you don't see it. So it usually is just the products that you're seeing. Okay. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all. See, it's too many things. Look, I am old school. I need to understand. It is, but you get it. Over time, it gets easier. So you have 3 different pages. Yes. Yep. 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 So, yep, I sure do. Let's see. You said I repost. How do I share? There's a couple different ways you can share. Let's see. If you hold down the middle of the screen, it allows a pop-up where you can send it out to different friends, and you can, at the very bottom, you'll see a search bar where you can even search for people if you needed to search for someone. But yeah, that's how you share it out. That's called a power share. You'll hear people say, oh, power share the live. Make sure you power share the live. They mean for you to press down the middle of the screen. My glasses are nose. If you press down, it pops that screen up to share out the live. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Is it Haith? Faith, like faith, but Haith? Thank you so much for being here, friend. Keep coming to Live Beginner. That's how I learned. I heard that, friend. That's it. That's it. You said you're going to hide the video and not delete the video. Should we not delete videos? That, you know what, they discourage you from deleting videos. Oh, Gina, you just followed. Okay, got you, friend. I see you followed my shop page. Yeah, they discourage you from deleting videos, deleting content. So you can make videos where they're only visible for you. So you can make a video private. So that's what you would do. So if you go into the settings, I'll show you guys in real time because I do need to make that video private. I think I posted it. It was either Saturday. I think it was Saturday, and I did it as a real-time example to show you guys because I show stuff all the time here. And so it was a real-time example of how to post and use a live event to post. And so I had done a quick video. And so again, just make it private if there's something. So this shop page, this account here was originally my first account on TikTok when I was faceless. Okay, so I wasn't showing my face. I was still kind of testing the waters, trying to see if I wanted to be in this space. And I created the account, and all I did was show like faceless content where I was showing like positive affirmations, mindset videos, all the different things to just kind of create a more positive energy. Hey NYC, how you doing, friend? And so in doing that, I was being very intentional about wanting to change my mindset, wanting to support other people with their mindset beliefs. And you know, I was in a space, and I tell this story where I came on TikTok really to get TikTok shop. That was kind of my goal. Um, because I was like, oh, I hear people doing all this stuff with TikTok shop. Let me see what this is all about. I said I can do it too. I don't want to show my face though, because I was still trying to figure out my job and what life was going to look like. My daughter had just went to college. I was being kind of a helicopter mom, and I was kind of going through this phase. He said second account faceless. Well, my first account was faceless. That was this page. This shop page was my first account. And so I was going through that phase in life, and I was like, oh, I just need to really figure out how to do this and be positive about it. So I was posting content to kind of encourage myself, really for me to feel uplifted and inspired, and help me to search for content that way too, that always had a positive message. So that's what the page was really about. And so my husband, he would go for his walks after work, and he would do pictures of the sky and sunset and waterways. And I would use a lot of that content as ways to kind of put a message on it. So that really was my page when I first started. It was pictures from my camera roll, pictures he would send me, vacation photos, all the things. Um, and so I did that. And over time, I got to the point where I created this account here. And I was like, oh, well, now I'm faceless. And it was a bit of a transition for me to go from being faceless to face forward. But I was like, okay, I'm ready to do it now. I'm ready to kind of make this leap. I'm going to show my face, and I created a separate account for that, which was this account. And this account was really built on the concept of launch your income. How do you now take what you're learning, what you're doing, and monetizing it? Okay. And so for me, it was very much focused on understanding digital marketing. I had bought a course. I'm an affiliate for UBC. So and I don't talk about UBC as much, but it really was part of that professional development and training that I needed for this space. And so I'm not I don't promote it as much, but I do believe in what it offered to me in terms of my learning and just understanding digital marketing, and especially branding. Branding is so important. I love your face. Thanks for sharing. No reply needed. You're so sweet. so so I end up being face forward. And then over time, I was going to other people's lives, and I was hearing their journey with being a live host and connecting with people this way. And I had done some faceless lives here where I would just read a passage, and people didn't know it was me. I was just reading some positive devotional messages and stuff. And so I end up being encouraged to go live from hearing other people's success with it. And I said, okay, January, I'm going to go live every day in the month of January as I learn to do this and be successful at it and be committed to the process. What is the diamond limit to join your agency? Oh, you're so sweet. There is not a diamond limit. I'll talk about the agency in a second. Give me 1 second. There is a go live limit. You need to go live. You need to continue to go live. That's the main thing. So don't have a limit though. I'll talk about it though. So if you're not ready to go live, you're still kind of filling it out, then you can't join. You really can't join the agency because TikTok won't let you join. But you want to make sure you're actually a live host and consistent with it. Hey, Voice Guru, how are you, friend? Thank you so much. Trisha T, I saw you come back as well. Welcome to the room again, friend. These are people in the agency, so that you know if you're not in the agency, you want to connect with some of these people. They are great. Voice Guru is my thank you so much, Trisha T. Appreciate you. She goes live and she's a voice actor. So so many great people that will inspire you to think beyond your beliefs, your wildest dream. And so she's inspired me, and somebody earlier just said, I love your voice, it's so soothing. And, that was one of my insecurities too. It was one of my insecurities. I'm just going to be honest about it. I think we all come here with baggage and things that we believe that are not true. And this space has taught me in the last year, over a year now, to be confident in things that I have. Because at the end of the day, how I've been made up is somebody out there appreciates it. Somebody is able to say what you're doing, what you're sharing is of value. And I now believe that in a way that I didn't believe that before. You say your voice is so awesome. Thank you so much. And so just know that that's part of what's happening here. It's a real life, real experience of just transforming yourself and believing what I said. I was doing those faceless videos where I was trying to pour into myself in a way that I hadn't been pouring into myself. Because as a mom, as a wife, and then I was a divorcee too, and I'm just full transparency, a divorcee that had ended a marriage based on his infidelity. So crushing things that you're kind of your self-esteem is crushed. Thank you so much, friend. And so recognizing I had all that healing to do, and then recognizing that my daughter was transitioned. She was like my main focus. And since then I've been remarried and I have a son now. I have a 5, almost 6 year old. But just all that you're pouring into so many other people, and I wasn't pouring into myself. And I had the wherewithal to realize that I had been to a certain extent neglecting myself. And so I was like, okay, no more. Let me change the narrative. Let me switch up what I've been doing, what I've been listening to, what I've been paying attention to, and now pour into me. And so that was part of that, part of my healing, part of my transformation, and then to come here to the live space and now practice it on a daily basis and encourage other people and tell people all the different tips and things, because people were curious about the live streaming process and helping people in their journey. That's what I've been doing. And so I've been able to receive that and have my own transformation because of it as well. You said I can truly relate. Yes, trusting your own voice. Yes, yes. And so Carol, ironically, she was talking about me just asking why would she do voice acting as her live topic. And really, obviously, I was fascinated in the whole concept of voice actors. In the past, I had a past little small blip in my life where I had researched it, looked into it a little bit, really for my daughter, not for myself, but for my daughter, because people was like, oh, child, voice actors. And she had like this cute little squeaky voice when she was smaller, not no more, but when she was smaller. And so I had looked into the process, so I knew just a very little bit about it. And so when she said she does it, I was like, oh, wow, she does this. Oh, that's interesting. I'm fascinating. And I said, you should talk about that. And she's been doing it and has done an amazing job with how she shares and pours into people and giving them knowledge and understanding of the business. And so I'm part of her super fan. So if you definitely want to connect with Carol, if you're just intrigued in the process. But saying that, going live and then doing shoppable content and voiceover content for my shoppable videos and doing my other content, I realized my voice was powerful, and my voice had meaning, and my voice had influence, and I became more aware of it and open to new experiences, even down to, even being open to voice acting as something I want to do. You said, how long have I been going live? Over a year. So January of 2025 is what I really track as my official go live date. So yeah, definitely get all that pouring into yourself after pouring into other people. Yes, that's it. What are you sharing is very relevant. Truly grateful. You are so welcome, friend. Y'all said we all can relate. I love it. I love it. That's the beauty of this too, because you end up talking to people who, obviously I tell you all the time, your audience is a reflection of you. That's the reality of this. And so when people come here and say, "Oh, I want to talk to everybody, I want to just have my room open up to everybody," I was like, not everybody's for you. Not everybody's your audience. Not everybody's going to stop and listen to you. People who resonate with your message, people who feel like they can relate to what you're sharing, that's your audience. Those are your people. Okay? So you need to make sure you understand them as much as you understand yourself. And then that shows up as an authentic person that people can get to know, like, and trust. And that's how you want to represent yourself here. But if you're trying to be something you're not, and you're trying to talk to people who can't relate to you, that's not going to bode well over time. So just keep that in mind. Um, you said you said what's my doctorate in crochet? Crochet is leadership and education, PhD. My career was in higher education, so it's a concentration in higher ed administration. So I was a senior leader under student affairs division. So worked at a couple different colleges over my career, and then I went into the for-profit side of higher ed, working for a corporation. Thank you all. I appreciate you all. Um, let's see. I'm just catching up on a few comments, make sure I didn't miss anything. Thank you for those daily heart meets. I appreciate everybody coming in. So where was I going? So I was going to go with, I was explaining the algorithm. I was explaining the value of having two accounts. TikTok is paying attention to you. I'm going to talk about the blue box and the daily heart meet, because I think that's the other question, engagement. That's what I need to talk about. Are you back from my travels? I am back. This is home. This is the home background. So I'm no longer in a hotel going live. Dr. Lisa, I've been on the fence for a while now. I'm on a live and she recommended you. Really? Who did you live? What live was that? Was that somebody in the agency? I noticed an AI summary of my lives. Yes, that AI summary is a lot, y'all. But yeah, it's popping up. It started like last week. I think that latest update, the one last week, is what brought it back. So yes, it is there. Love your background. Thank you so much, Mrs. Vicky. Yes. Yes, she is Coach Vicky. She's awesome, awesome. So yes, she is in the agency as well, and she is a great live host. So you are in great hands, friend. So thank you for sharing that. She is awesome. Let's see. Making sure I didn't miss any comments. You guys are engaging with one another, so I appreciate that. That's important when you are new friends. You want to make sure you are connecting. You said our voice is connecting so many to so many people. Yes, it is unapologetically, Crystal. Yes. You said I've missed you. Thank you, Kay. Okay, I am back to my regular schedule, so I will be here at 10 and 4 p.m. Eastern daily, y'all. So I am back. Yeah, I was popping up all over the place. I'm gonna say this. Now, I'm not a morning person, because when I went live, I don't remember what time it was. I have to do the math. But I went live when it was Eastern time. It was 7:30 a.m. in the morning, y'all. Now, granted, I think it was like 2:30 or something like that in the afternoon on the in Africa. So long story short, it worked out for me because it was later. But 7:30 was good. 7:30 was a lot of people, y'all. I'm just saying, it was a lot of people in the room. I was like, oh wow, that's what we do at 7:30. So, but I won't be doing that. I can't keep up with that schedule. You said it was different. Wondering what they plan to do with the data. Um, so one thing that they did in the past, Kay, if you look at your fan club, you kind of got information there. When it came to your fan club, they have tags. So that was one thing that materialized from the AI tracking engagement. People who are coming in. Most of those prompts are for you as a live host And honestly, I see it as a positive thing, especially if you're new and you see those prompts coming in to help you understand who's coming into your room, how they've engaged with you in the past. You're seeing summary messages for your live stream. Does TikTok have you right or do they have you wrong? Like, is your topic way off and that's not what you're talking about? Or is it really aligned with what you're talking about? And so far, mine has been close. I mean, I would say it's been more right than not. And so just pay attention to that too, because if it has you wrong, then what you're saying is not translating to the algorithm correctly. So I think that's important. So like I said, as a beginner, I think the prompts are really helpful because it's helping you understand your viewers. And so if you're a new live host and there's not much data coming in for your viewers, then these are people who are not returners and not regulars. But if you got people who are regular and they're coming in from your daily heartbeat and connecting, that's helpful for you to know. So I think it's important to kind of pay attention to that as you're evolving. You said I'm from Culture and Flourish. They sent me to you. So sweet. I figured the plant one was Flourish. I'm just saying. 904. 904. 904. Is that Jacksonville? Is that an area code? Let me know if is that the area code for you, friend. Are you in Florida? Let me know, friend. That's awesome. Oh, 100K likes we do. Let me know if that's the area code or is that just, I don't know, something else. So, can you see the summary after the lives? I don't see where you can. Yes, Jax, Florida. Look at you. Yeah, I'm in Orlando. And I told you my ex-husband, he lives in Jacksonville. I'm just saying. so So I know Jacksonville well. I do. I'm going to keep up with you, Dr. Lisa. I'm going to run. Okay, the best live I've been to yet. Oh, that's sweet. I never answered your question about engagement, but that's totally fine. When you come back, we always talk about engagement, so we'll get back to that topic. Um, but yes, so I appreciate everybody coming through. Let me talk about engagement. Okay, I'm supposed to talk about the agency too. How do I select you as my agency? The official Tan Squad. Are you a live host friend? Let me know. And in case I don't know. Anybody know if that summary is being shared somehow? I don't think it is. Unless it's in the fan club, maybe. I wonder if you go back to your fan club, will you see it? So that's the only thing I can think of. You said my family in Jacksonville. Is it really your family's there? Yeah, Jacksonville, Duval County. Yes, I've gone live before. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You said before. Do you currently go live? That's the question. Do you currently go live? You got to be alive. You got to be currently going live and planning to continue to go live. So that's the main thing. Um, so yeah. So first of all, if you gone live too far, not recently, maybe that's what I'm saying, too far in the past, TikTok won't approve you in the agency. So that's the first thing. So you have to be a recent live host to even get accepted into the program. And then I tell people to do those first three live, Duval, um, do those first three lives to get live access and get all the features unlocked, and then continue to go live. Okay. So if anything, I would tell you plan on doing your 30-day challenge, your 30-day journey of going live, showing up every day, making sure you're consistent. Don't put it off. Don't say I'm gonna do live this day and I'm not gonna go live for another 2 weeks. Can't do that. And so honestly, you can't do it anymore because TikTok just changed the rules for agency in this month of March. So this is the first month that we're on this new uh, um, plan in terms of how TikTok tracks live streams. And working with agencies. So you want to make sure that you are consistently showing up because unfortunately I can't keep you on my roster, especially new people, because they're looking at your 90-day growth and then ultimately to make sure you're consistent. And so you're going to mess with the activeness numbers. That's a metric that they show for agencies. You are, if you're not going to stay going live and being consistent about it, then you would impact those numbers. So I want you to make sure you are committing to the process. Okay, thanks for the advice. I'll start live this week. There we go, friend. So I haven't really been recruiting. Obviously, I was traveling. and I haven't recruited a whole lot in the last 10 days and stuff or so, because I want to make sure, first of all, I wasn't by my computer, and I want to be able to look up people and be able to invite them to the agency. But if you are someone who's ready and consistently planning to go live, and what I tell people is that, your minimum should be 3 days a week. That's the very minimum for 90 minutes for each of those lives. And so you want to get to the point where you're consistent in that way. And if you're not ready for that, then I would say, just hold off. Maybe give yourself some time. Make sure you're ready to truly commit to the process. Um, and like I said, commitment to me may mean that, you're giving yourself that 30-day challenge and saying, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to show up in a way that I've never done before. Okay. I can't pin comments today, wondering why. You know what, Kay? Did you do the latest update? Did you go in and update your app? Sometimes when glitches like that happen, I wonder if it's because of those updates. So if you can't pin comments, see if there's an update that you need to do. There was one on Wednesday of last week. So if you didn't do it last week at all, then you're missing an update. I gotta shake my nerves and figure it out to go live. I'm gonna get up the nerve. There we go. Okay, thanks for the advice. I'll start next week. Okay, gotcha. All right, I'm ready. You're ready. All right. I love it. My updates are auto, but I will double check. Are you an Android or iPhone? I'm afraid to go live, but I want to. Toy, you got this, friend. Do it scared. Do it scared. That's why I'm gonna try. I appreciate you so much. Talk to you later. I gotta do this, y'all. Okay. I love it. I love it. Um, Thank you so much, iPhone. So the updates. I'm an iPhone too. I don't think they're automatic. I think you don't have to go in and click update. I don't think they're automatically turned on. So go in and check and just make sure that you have the updates happening. They've been dropping weekly, y'all. I'm just gonna say that is something I wasn't fully aware of. Probably I started paying attention to it back in like December. So that tells you that was a whole year that I would randomly do updates, but I wasn't doing them as frequently as TikTok is pushing these updates out. So you almost have to check, make a point to check. I've been checking more frequently, almost daily, because of being an agency, and I want to be able to tell you guys, hey, there was an update. But yeah, I've been a little bit more diligent about checking for them. How can we learn how to block, mute, pin, etc.? Have not gone live yet. Oh, baby buttons. Okay, let me talk about that because I want you guys to hear this. Those first three lives that we talked about earlier, that's part of the requirement to unlock all the features. Um, I really do think, that's your time to play around with the effects, play around with different features. So pinning comments, you don't get that immediately. I think you get that on live number 3, maybe number 2, but definitely later. It's not number 1. So just know, even if you wanted to pin a comment, you wouldn't be able to do it if you're on your first live at least. So so going through that live, those first 3 lives really should be about you learning the platform, you engaging with viewers coming in, saying hello. I'm working on going live. Here's some things I'm doing. This is my first live. Stay with me. Let me know where you're from, that type of stuff. So watch your live for 100 minutes. Thank you so much for being here. So as you're doing your live, you are really practicing what that engagement should look like. And just like you guys are coming here asking me questions and engaging and stuff, you should be doing that with your viewers. You should be asking them questions. You should be engaging with them. You should be pressing people's photos and seeing what their bio says. Yes, the first 3 lives got tons of people, but now I learned from you that I have to let them in. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. What you mean by let them in? You talking about, wait a minute. You talking about the viewers? What you mean by that? I thought you meant guests in your panel boxes and your co-hosts. Let me know if that's what you meant. So you got to accept anybody's invitation when it comes to co-host request. And then if somebody wants to come up in your panel boxes, you got to accept that invitation as well. So here, you can set it where it can automatically accept, but I never turn that on. So these are the panel boxes. So anybody, let me flip my hands. Um, Anybody who wants to come up, I have to accept those requests. They just can't come in my box. That's what I meant. These are guests. You guys are viewers. When you're down here, you said no. What was that meant? What did you mean? No. Hey, Miss K Latte, how you doing? But when it comes to people in my room, as you guys are coming to my room, y'all can come in my room. I don't have to let. I don't. I can remove you from my room, but no, just people to view my page. I gotta figure out how to accept viewers. Um, I'm still kind of your language is oh okay, I got it. Yeah, I was like how to accept viewers. So yeah, viewers coming in, they're coming in constantly. Over this live, over the course of this live, there's 834 people. I've been live for 1 hour and 94 minutes. I'm sorry, 1 hour and 34 minutes. So 94 minutes total. Um, and so yeah, views come in. People are constantly coming to your live. Some people stay, some people leave, some people watch you, some people go, but you guys, the ones who are in here now are in watching the room. Okay. Do you just use your phone or tablet to go live? I'm using my phone. Baby button, this is on my phone. Thank you for the clarification. You're welcome, friend. How do you change the boxes from invite to request? You're talking about here. Um, Invite shows on my side. Request shows on your side, doesn't it? Does it say request for you all? What does it say? What do you guys say? Oh, never mind. I'm gonna call my backup phone. That's the beauty of the backup phone. It says request. It says request here, but on the live whole side it says invite. So you as viewers, you guys see requests. Yeah, so you guys see request. I see invite. So that means I have to invite you all. Now, if there's somebody in the room I want to invite, I can click that and I can invite you up. And so request is where you guys are requesting to join. But again, I have to accept your request. You just don't come in my room. You don't come up here because remember I told you these people you're responsible for. And so here's my rule of thumb. This is just my rule. Now it's up to you in terms of how you do it. You're back from your trip. I am. How you doing, Janine? Here's my rule of thumb. If you grabbed your daily heart me, Mother of Nations, how are you, friend? I got to ask to be a mod in a room. You got asked to be a mod? Yeah. That's good. So somebody wants you to support their live. That's good. It's up to you if you want to accept. Yeah. I usually say you have to be at least level 5 to 10 in my room. That means that you have a box that says Lisa. Okay? So next to your name, you would have a box that says Lisa. That means that you've come here a few times, you've grabbed your daily heart me, you got to know me, I got to know you a little bit, you've been visible in my room. If you have no boxes, if you don't have a blue box, thank you so much, Janine, appreciate your friend. If you have no blue box, you don't have a Lisa box, you just here just asking questions, then I'm not gonna necessarily let you come in my boxes. Because here's what happens in those boxes. Because first of all, I don't know you. And you technically don't really know me. Because you haven't decided to get a daily heart me yet. So you really don't know me yet. And so people who come in those boxes, they can get monetized. Those are people who can get monetized because my viewers can hear them and get a sense for them, and they might send them some coins, some gifts. So that's one thing. And I'm like, okay, well, first of all, you gotta be somebody we know, like, and trust. And then second of all, if they're doing something that's inappropriate, maybe they're smoking, they're drinking, they're driving, they're doing stuff like that, TikTok's like, no, you can't have them. And TikTok will send you a message saying, remove them. Hey, Jennifer. Did not know that they can be monetized. Yeah. So guests cannot viewers cannot. Guests can. When you get in someone's box, you become a guest. And so they can get monetized. And so to me, that's important because I'm allowing you access to my community. They may want to support you. So I want to make sure you are somebody we know. And you somebody who have supported the live stream too. Remember, I told you guys, when you become a live host, you want people to treat you the way you would treat them. Okay? So that is part of what you guys are learning as a viewer. Like, how do you behave as a viewer is the way you want to be treated as a live host. All right. So there's things you want to do, and you want to behave in a way that says, okay, I'm a supporter. I understand how this goes. And then I'm going to appreciate the same support for my live stream. Okay. Very important for the community to support each other, one respectfully. Yep. That's it. I didn't know that I could be monetized. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So just know that that's important to do. Um, and thank you so much. How you doing? Hands in motion. Appreciate that. Gift. Appreciate it. So let me talk about engagement. I'm gonna turn off the boxes because I wasn't letting people up right now. So I'm gonna turn those off. Thank you. You're welcome, friend. Thank you for your insight. You are so welcome. And when you come up in someone's live, you can get coins sent to you also. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. When you come up in the boxes as a viewer and as a co-host, technically, because people can come over to your room. Yep. Yep. So that's exactly how that works. Now, just keep in mind the host for the live can turn on a feature and turn it off or on, turn on a feature as when you're in those boxes, they get a hosting fee. That's they get a little slight fee based off whatever people send you. They also monetize as well from their guests coming up. So think about it. If you come to someone's house, hey Kenya, if you come to someone's house, you bring maybe a welcome host gift. Like, you know how people used to bring the bottle of wine. Like, oh, I'm so happy to be in your home. Here's a bottle of wine. It's kind of that concept. It's like a tip. So you're coming into my room. You're able to monetize. I'm exposing you to my friends and family here. And now, part of whatever gifting happens, that host can get a percentage. So just keep that in mind. I want you guys to be surprised about that. You could turn it off or on if you want to host. Yes, a bottle of wine. Exactly. So just kind of keep that in mind. And as a host, it's up to you in terms of how you operate. It's your room. You decide on how you want to roll. All right. So don't let no one make you feel a certain way about having it off or having it on. It's up to you. Thanks for your insight. You are so welcome. So just keep that in mind. That is definitely something that, as a live host, there are people who have different engagement things that they do in their live, and they invite guests up. That is totally up to you. It's actually a really great way to start building community. You might have people who do, some people do box battles, some people do scavenger hunts, some people do the AI wallpaper game. There's other things you can do to engage your community, and having those people up in your boxes is part of it. All right. So I tell you, you know, you have to also manage who you bring up, because you're going to have some people who are, you know, kind of creepy, kind of inappropriate. You have all types of people who are in these TikTok streets. The regular streets, TikTok streets is just like the regular streets. So you're going to find all kinds of people here. All right. So again, you manage who you bring up in your boxes. All right. Thank you. I will be back. All right, so, friend, how you doing? Thank you so much for being here. And also, if you're new in the room, go ahead and say new, say hello, put something in the chat so we know you're here. We want to welcome you. I tell people all the time, if you are coming to someone's home for the first time, you always say a greeting. You say hello to the host. So you want to make sure you do that. Passing by, going live. You going live, friend? Awesome, awesome. So good morning, good evening. How you doing, Kenya? Good evening. Hello, Blue. Lisa, Blue Studio. How you doing, friend? Thank you so much for coming in. And so appreciate everybody coming through. So good evening, Digital Equity Company. How are you, friend? Good evening. So thank you so much for grabbing that daily. Heart me. Hello, new here. Cindy, how are you, friend? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, everybody coming through. So we're going to talk. Okay, so now we're going to talk about engagement. So I want to make sure I answer questions. You said, I'm new here. Here's a bottle of wine. Thank you. Merlot, red wine to be exact. I'm wonderful. Appreciate your friends. Thank you all. Appreciate it. Thank you for the populars. I appreciate the support. Okay, so we're going to talk about engagement because I want you guys to understand. I haven't talked about the badges yet, and I share this with you all, especially when you go live. You're welcome. Thank you. When you go live, you're paying attention to engagement in your live. You're paying attention to all the different people coming to your live and supporting your live. There are things that will be very eye opening to you as you start paying attention to this. You can't unsee them. All right. So here's what I'm going to teach you. All right. So first of all, let's do this. I'm going to talk about the blue boxes. I'll talk about engagement. So you're not going to be able to see this. So you definitely need coins in your account. There's coins that are support in the room that's free. Free support, free 99. All right. Free support. And then there's support that you need coins on your account. And if you want to advance and grow as a viewer so that your room, people, like I said, there's things you won't be able to unsee. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. The greetings, I appreciate it. Greeting heart. And so there's things you're going to be able to you won't be able to unsee it. So as you're looking to grow as a viewer, you're going to come back to me later and say, Doc, people aren't engaged in my live. I don't understand. I'm going to say, because first of all, pay attention to who's coming in your room. I want you to be able to see who's coming in your room. And then I'm going to say, what are you saying to them? How are you engaging them? How are you helping them and educating them on how to be a better engager? All right. There's an element of training, an element of education you're going to have to give to your community, especially as you recognize who is coming into your live. Not gonna lie, I have seen so many weird stuff. Yes. So as you start paying attention to who's coming in your chat, you're going to be able to say, oh, all right, I get it. My room is made up of these type of people. I need to support them more. I need to educate them more. Okay? This is very important to know. It is. It is. So free support is from tapping, sharing a live. Now I'm going to show you. So we're going to walk through this. I'm probably going to stay live. You guys are probably going to get me for I might stay, we'll see how long this conversation goes. At most, I'm going to stay to 7. That might be the longest I'll stay, but I may try to get it done in 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes. So here's a couple things you need to know. So the first thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to show this to you guys. I pulled it up before. Carol, did I use you? I can't remember who I used last time. I gotta find. It's probably way in my chat too. But let me see. I'm gonna try to do it. Well, let me talk about this before I start pulling stuff up. Okay. Let me talk about free support really quickly. So you see the hearts flowing. We talked about this the other day. We talked about tapping alive. If you click the number of people in the room right now, everybody click it. Everything up here is clickable. Everything in this live is clickable. Only thing that ain't is probably my message, my board here. But beyond that, there is something you can touch. All right. Hey, Jane. So if you click the number of people in the room, a screen pops up. It tells you who are the top viewers. We have Janine and we have Carol, who are listed as 1 and 2. Carol's 1, Janine's 2, and then it goes down the list, and you see points to the side of their names, and you see their ranking, and you see all the other people in the room. And these other people who have not said hello, because you came in someone's room and didn't say hello, you want to always come into some room and say hello. It's like coming on someone's home and not saying hello to them. You don't enter someone's room and not say hello, so you want to always do that. Hello, I'm doing well, Jean. So keep that in mind. But if you click the number of people in the room, there's a question mark. I want you guys to always pay attention to that question mark. Like I said, I'm showing you things that you won't be able to unsee now. If you click that question mark, it tells you how to become a top viewer. Hello, friend. How you doing? Is it Lupe Creations? Thank you so much for being here. It tells you how to become a top viewer. Thank you for the roses, Mika, and the populars. And it says you get points. That's what those points represent. It represents people who are liking a lot. Those hearts that was flowing, where my heart's at? The hearts that was flowing is the hearts that are here. 127.4K likes are there. And then I sent the answer back to you a bit ago. Okay, thank you. I'll take a look at it, friend. So those hearts are there. You'll see the hearts flowing. And then those are the likes for the live. TikTok says you get, for every 10 minutes of likes, you can get 3 points. Okay, so people got points just from liking a live, just from engagement. When it comes to comments, you'll have questions that you're asking your community. Your viewers are going to get points for that. Every 10 minutes, they're going to get 3 points for commenting, saying hello, sending stickers. Stickers come from being a fan club member. We'll talk about that in a second. That is engagement. So you're either commenting, liking, as a viewer, if you're sitting back just watching somebody, I'm gonna say you are not really fully engaging in the live streaming process, okay? So I'm going to need you to engage a little bit more, okay? Because I'm going to tell you, when you're on the live side, you're going to be able to see the information. I didn't show it yet, so I'm going to show you in a second. But you're going to be able to see what people are doing in your live and what people are not doing in your live. And then you're going to say, people are going to come back and say, oh, well, why don't you engage in other lives? Why don't you do this, that, and the other? And you're going to say, hey, God, hey, what have you been doing? How have you been showing up? All right, so keep that in mind. So you said I got to engage. Yep. And so when you see that, so that's another thing. And then it says you get a point for every coin that you send. So people who are my top two people in those numbers that are there are people who might have sent populars and daily heartbeats. They might have sent the live goggles. They've been engaging. Okay? These are people that are supporting your live. There's multiple ways to engage. You have your live goal, you have the gift box, you have the roses, you have the daily heart me, you have populars, you have the fan club gifts, you have the gift gallery that is in people's boxes. Everyone has a gift gallery. Those are ways to engage from where you need coins. And I'll talk about that in a second. But liking the live, the hearts flowing, commenting, as well as sharing. You'll see the arrow below if you guys want to share out the live. That is another way to do it. I needed this information. I've been so confused and avoid going live because I was lost. So thank you. You're so welcome, friend. I got you. You said facts. See your friend. I see the stickers, daily check in. Thank you so much. Thank you for the community the community gift to L. Appreciate it, friend. So that is engagement, you all. You said she's awesome. Thank you for that. So keep that in mind. That's something you want to pay attention. You can also repost this live. Yes. So under the arrow, you're sharing a live. You are reposting a live. You can add it to your story. Story is the little circle on your profile. Um, so all that is there for you to engage. Um, and so just know that that is there. Thank you all for reposting and sharing. I appreciate the support. Hey, Kim Love Jones, appreciate you coming in as well. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you, Lorna. Thank you. Oh, you leveled up to level 16. I'm going to talk about that. You know, I ain't got to that yet. Morning. Congratulations, friend. I see you, friend. And so just know that that is there for you. I told you guys I'm gonna show you stuff that you can't unsee. Okay, so we're gonna keep going down this path because I want you guys to understand there's stuff in this live stream. Every place you see a question mark, start clicking. You're gonna see question marks. You're gonna see exclamation marks, other things that are there that explains things for you. So you're gonna be able to see stuff for yourself. You ain't gotta go by what I tell you. You can read it for yourself as you're in the live. I just woke up from a nap. Did you really? Okay, friend. um, Thank you so much, Miss K Latte. I appreciate you. Cindy, thank you for the follow. And so I want you guys to start paying attention to that. So as a top viewer, here's the psychology there. To be a top viewer, especially in those big rooms, the grow rooms, the other rooms like that, people see that as a badge of honor. They see that as, okay, I'm in the top seat. Everybody who's new, other people coming in, they click there, they're following those people, they're connecting with them. It's an intentional effort to be here. Now, recognize not everybody actually, with larger rooms you see some battling and some competition. You may see it in the smaller rooms too, but my point is people are trying those spots are often coveted. Okay, so just recognize that that is something people pay attention to. And depending on your room and how your room is situated, you may want to point those people out because those are some of your bigger supporters. All right. So pay attention to that. So, and Janine and Carol are big supporters. Thank you so much, friends. I appreciate you being here. Um, Thank you all for the community gifts. I see you all. The populars, appreciate you. The heart puffs. Thank you so much. So that is free support. The comments, the shares, the liking of the live. That is support. All right. TikTok tracks that support from a live host. Somebody asked the question earlier, like, what's in it for them? I think ultimately, and I always kind of say this, and you have to be in the right mindset for this because we're talking about what does it mean to be a live host. So ultimately, you are cultivating your community. Thank you all for the gifts. I see you guys. Appreciate the support. You are cultivating your community. And so your community is a community ideally of people who are coming in supporting you. You are going out to support them. You are supporting people who support you. Let me be clear about that. So you're going to pay attention to who is supporting you. You reap what you sow. That's it. That's exactly it. You are sowing into this live. You are sowing into that person who you are a fan of. We're going to talk about the fan club in a second. Who you are a fan of, and you are trying to support that person with the goal that they are ultimately going to support you. Now, the reciprocity is not always one for one, but the goal is that you are putting something out there so that ultimately you are trying to build. All right? You're trying to grow something from what you are sowing. All right? So just keep that in mind. All right? So that's what you're trying to do. So true. Yes, exactly. That's it. And so if you miss that, depending on what rooms you're going into, because there's certain rooms that's not going to necessarily happen. Hello, friend. That's not going to necessarily happen because you're in those rooms. Maybe they're grow rooms, and that's all very transient people. They're not looking to do that. They're looking to get the numbers, and they on off to the next thing. All right. So depending on where you're going, and I told you guys much earlier, you go. The algorithm is paying attention to your behaviors. It's paying attention to where you're going. It's paying attention to what you're doing, and because it's paying attention to that, ideally you're going to rooms that matter to you and your topic and to your niche. And so those rooms you want to do a little bit more investing into and connection into because those are people who are your people. You know, y'all have similar interests. So that's part of it too. Quality people. That's it. And so you want to be intentional about how you go about and move around on this app. How do you know what words you can't use on TikTok? Gene, depends on what your live topic is. You got to be mindful of making sure that you don't say things that are inappropriate for minors, depending on what your topic's about, as well as be careful about using words that are kind of traumatic and things like that. So that's what I would tell you. Yeah, so just be careful. There's a lot of things. TikTok doesn't have a dictionary or a list of things, so you just got to be careful about how you say things and what you say. So yeah, quality people. So when everything's said, you got to make sure you have coins in your account. So we're gonna talk about coins, and then I'm gonna talk about some more stuff from a live host perspective. So if you are um, not aware of coins, there's a couple of different ways to do it. There's a message here that has a coin message. If you just swipe some of them, you'll see a gold coin. It'll say save as you go on to the website. The website is www.tiktok.com/coin, COIN. So coin is where you're going to go to the coin website. If you click the gift box in the corner, it says recharge. When you click recharge also has a message that says try getting a bigger discount on the website. Click there and they'll take you to the website. So there's a couple different ways to get to the website. But you got to log in. You get like 25%, so you get more for your money. You got to have money. Somebody else like, oh, do you use money? Yes, you use money. And you're gonna put, now you don't have to break the bank. I say start off with maybe $10 to $20, get coins, and that should be able to get you started if you have not started by getting your daily heart me, which costs a coin like a penny, or sending populars are a 1 coin gift. Roses are 1 coin gifts. The heart puffs, those are things that you can send, and that supports, and that will get you the blue box. So let's talk about the blue box. Blue box, put the word blue in the chat because I want you guys to see in real time what your points are as you are engaging in lives. That's how I would use my yes. So put blue in the chat, and then I'm gonna actually check my levels because I think I'm about to level up soon, y'all. I was saying I was gonna level up before the month is out, and I probably will. Yep, I'm real close. So as you put the word blue in the chat, I see you guys. Thank you so much. When you put the word blue in the chat, I want you to click your photo. And then I want you to click your LV number, your LV16, the blue box, the blue one. LV16, LV13, LV18, LV 0 if you don't have a blue box. So those are the things that you're gonna put. So you're gonna click that box. A blue screen will pop up. LV31 for you, Jerry. I see you. Unapologetic. LV0. So you're going to click that. A blue screen pops up. That blue screen, um, that blue screen actually breaks down your engagement. There's a question mark. So if you want to, I'm going to give you a quick summary of it, but you can go back and read it in full for yourself. There's a question mark in the top right corner. So essentially, it tells you how you are an engaged viewer. The blue box follows you to every live. The Lisa box is just for my live. Somebody else's name is going to be in a box, whatever name they use. But that's my live stream. It says Lisa. You said thanks for sharing this information with us. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Diamond. And so when you said you never did this? Jerry, like, what in the world? You had no clue that I was sitting there, huh? with your big 31. You're like, girl. You said mine is you said yours is 13. Yeah, you're level 13. Duval in here. Thank you. J Villa in here. I was gonna say Duval. J Villa. Is that for Jacksonville? Let me know if what's that mean. Hey friend, how you doing? Yes, new here, level 0. So you gotta get some coins on your account. Thank you for the rose, friend. You gotta get some coins on your account so that you can fully engage. Jerry just out here gifted it. I had no idea. Jerry, I'm level 31 too, so I know what you've been doing. So let me be clear about that. Hi, Pro. In dailies on my main account. Any advice for me? Say that I'm a live pro, and in dailies on my main account. Any advice from me? Let me know what you meant for that, friend. Well, this is a new account. What's happening with your old account? What's your other account? So yeah, this account you wanna engage with too, friend. Thank you so much, Sprinkle. How you doing? Thank you. You said hello. So yes, hello, new here. Welcome to the room, Mama Shella. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the follow. So let me explain what's happening in the blue box. Jean, let me answer your question. Hey, Luna, thank you so much, friend. I see you. Appreciate you. So let me explain what's happening there, so you can see what does all this blue mean. So you guys if you're still on your blue screen, so you clicked where you put a comment at. I don't care, it could be the blue comment or it could be a new comment you put. Where you click that, click your photo, your mini profile pops up, and then I want you to click your LV, your blue box, the blue one, the LV, whatever your number is. So click that. The blue screen pops up. Okay, I told you guys there's a question mark. You can read the question mark if you want to read through it. What happens is, really quickly, is that there is points that you've collected because you've been engaging in live streams. You've been gifting, okay, mainly. Those points that you're collecting actually accumulate here. So you see the first set of numbers are all the points that you've collected. There's a / symbol, and it tells you the total amount of points for that level up number for you. So if you're trying to level up to 25, Miss Kayla, I'll tell you, you're about to be 25 soon. Mama Shella, you are 25. So you're trying to get to 26. It's going to tell you the total amount of points for that next level. And then TikTok now has it where there's a scrolling message. Pay attention to the message underneath there, because the message underneath there says your level up number. So it tells you how many points you need to level up. So those points that you're looking at, the points you need to level up, is what you want to pay attention to. All right? So hear me clearly. Whatever points are there says this amount of points to level up is what you're doing. That's the difference between what you got and what you need, is those points. And what I tell people is, even if you're someone like me, I just checked mine. Even if you're someone like me, you want to know how many points you need to get to the next level. And then you can make an informed decision. You can be very strategic to say, okay, well, I'm in this live. I'm going to do a little bit here. Then I'm going to go to the next live. I'm going to do a little bit over there. And then I'm going to go to another live and do a little bit over there. And then I'm going to level up. Or, thank you, Jerry. Appreciate your friend, Crystal Dreams. Thank you. Thank you for that, friend. And so, as you are making strategic decisions, you'll decide how quickly you'll level up. And you could make a decision, say, hey, okay, I'm not going to level up for a week, or I'm going to level up today, or I'm going to level up in this live or the next live. Whatever the case may be informed about how you're gifting and how you are engaging. All right? Because guess what? That's what I said, you won't be able to unsee this. Those blue boxes follow you from each and every live. So when you come into someone's live, we see your blue box. I see your blue box. You should see your blue box. And if you don't have a blue box, you need to get a blue box. Okay? Because you're going to be like, why don't people engage in my live, doc? Oh my gosh, nobody come to my live. And you a big old level zero and don't have a blue box. And then you expect people to engage back with you. But you ain't been doing any engagement in this way. You know what I'm saying? So just make it make sense. So as you're doing your engagement, be intentional about what does that mean. So level 25, I said, oh my gosh, Miss Kayla, I tell you, you're about to be level 25. Level 25 can fly in the room. They're visually being able to sing. Thank you for the rose, friend. So you can literally see them as they come in if it's under 100 people in the room. So my room is not over 100 yet. So I would see who's coming into my room. And if they're a blue box level, if they're 25. Otherwise, people come in from the bottom. You said increased value. Yes, it does. It is. People see your level and they're like, oh, okay. And then when you don't have it, and you guys come back to me and say, why aren't anybody engaging? I would say how many people got blue boxes in your room, and maybe what's their level if they do have blue boxes. So as a live host, I want you to pay attention to that, because if you have a room full of no boxes at all, and I would tell you, well, you need to educate your community. Your community doesn't know how to engage, or you got a lot of people who are in, intentionally choosing not to engage in that way. And because they've made a conscious decision to not engage in that way, you cannot expect for them to fully engage in your life, because they are choosing not to be that type of person. So now you got a different problem of people in your room, but you need to spend some time investing in your people. Maybe have an engagement box that says to tap, to share, to do all the things. Maybe you need to explain that box to say, hey guys, we're going to do this 10 minute of tapping and engaging, because this is what we need to do to make sure this live is active. Life is about investing in others. It is. It is. And depending on what your live topic is, you got to help people understand that they're probably invested in themselves by being in your room, because now they're learning and growing and able to apply the information you're sharing to whatever aspect of their life they're looking to grow in. You know what I'm saying? So just recognizing that there's intrinsic value in what you're sharing, and if people see it as valuable, then they should engage properly. Okay. I'm planning on going live hopefully at 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight. All right, Jay, look at you, friend. Keep it up. Yes. Hey, G Money. How are you, friend? Girl, preach. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. You said, mine said I need to send a gift to activate my level. Does that mean I have to buy coins? Yes. Remember earlier I said to add coins to your account means you need money to do that. So yes, you need to add coins to your account so that and so if you look in the gift box, if it says recharge, then that means that you need to add coins. And you can click that recharge word, and then it'll take you to the screen. And it says there's a screen there that says try now to get the discounted amount. I can't remember how it's worded, but it'll say for you to engage in that way. How you doing, Douglas? Appreciate you. And so you can click that. It'll take you to the website and get the discount for getting coins in your account. You said we're going to call you Preacher Lisa. Thank you. No more Dr. Lisa, Preacher Lisa. How you doing, Doc Cliff? I saw you come in. Thank you so much for being here. Honestly, never got this clarity day. Very happy on finding your room tonight. You're welcome. You're welcome. I don't. I teach how to be a good live host. I I learned pretty early on that there were people who were being, to a certain extent, opportunists. I'm not going to say that for everybody, but people who were here to just gain, and they weren't sharing information fully with people. You know what I'm saying? And so they're benefiting, and I realized that pretty early. I was like, you're benefiting, but how are you not helping people do what you do? How are you not helping people grow in that way either? And going live is not for everybody. I get that. I'll be the first to say that. Like, It's not that it's not for everybody. I think people's mindset will become the biggest barrier for them. And so if you're a person with a mindset that says, I can't do this, this is not for me, I'm not gonna be successful, then yeah, you're not. You're not. Because you said it, you're not gonna do it. And so for that, it's not for everybody, because that person is creating that barrier, that limitation. But at the end of the day, anybody can do this. And it's going to be up to you in terms of how you see yourself growing and being successful and building within your niche, within your topic. Exactly. And so that's where that's the way I see it. And so at the end of the day, when I put out good energy and I share with you guys how to do this, it'll come back. It's gonna come back, and I recognize that, and I see the value in supporting people in that way. You said I learned so much from you and Halakyu. I love me some Halakyu. She's good. She is good. She is real good. She is definitely somebody you're gonna learn from. Definitely. How you doing, Mrs. Stacy? We're gonna call you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You said so very true. Thank you so much. How you doing, Joyce? Appreciate you being here. Hello, hello. You said great energy. Yes, yes. Thank you so much for that. Oh, that Billy Heart Reflex. I see it, friend. Thank you for sending the flex. That's it. That's it. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Hello, friend. I'm on the Y too, and they're saying hi. Thank you so much. So just keep that in mind. So here's what I wanted to show you. Here's the last thing I'm going to show you. So we talked about the Daily Heart Me. Daily Heart Me is how you become a fan club member. So really quickly, this is it. This is so important to you as a live host. These are your people. This is how you build. This is how you're growing your community. So these are people you want to continue to support, and you want to pour into them. They're fan club members. You get to know them. You get people to come back to your live, and you're building. This is also part of your monetization too for TikTok. So keep that in mind. That's important for you to understand how that works for your live stream. So look up the Scale Live Rewards. Because of the time, and I'm not going to go deep into Scale Live Rewards, I will save that for tomorrow. If you guys want to come back and you say, Doc, I want to hear more about monetization, I'm happy to talk about it. So I'll save that for tomorrow. But what I did want to show you is, like I told you guys, there's things you can't unsee. So now many of you understand the blue box. And I showed you question marks. I showed you what it means to do free support, tapping the screen, sharing the live out, commenting, all those things. When you are a viewer, you are actively engaging. There's a sticker I have in here that says, "This ain't TV." Okay? You're not just watching me on television. All right? You are actively engaging in a live stream. So when I go to lives, I usually have my clicker. So I'm either tapping your live out, and you can check for my taps. I'm going to show you that. That's the other thing I was going to show you, as like a little hidden gem. You're gonna check for my taps because I'm tapping you, or I'm commenting. All right. So you got me commenting because you can't tap and comment at the same time. So you're gonna do one another. You gotta pick between the two you're gonna do. So I'm either commenting, asking questions, I'm engaging in that way, or I'm liking your live. All right. And the only reason why I'm not liking your live is either my tap is upstairs in my office and I'm downstairs, or I need to charge it, or I need to get a cord, something I'm doing. Okay. So that's typically what I'm doing. I'm tapping, sharing out, and I'm commenting. And then obviously I'm supporting your live goal in your gift gallery. I love that analogy. Yes. So you're awesome. I need to get some. You said I need to get some coins. Yes. You know how to do it, friend. So definitely make sure you always have some coins in your account. I mean, like I said, you don't have to break the bank. As you grow, as you decide on how you want to engage, you might shift a little bit in terms of how you do engagement, but it is very much about how you are showing up and supporting, and then in turn, as you decide to go live, you'll see how that works for you as well. All right. Um, Thank you so much. Oh, look at you, leveled up to level 14. Look at you, the tiny Donnie. He's like, I'm gonna ride this bike to this next level. Congratulations, friend. Look at there. I love it. Um, Let me show you guys. I'm gonna show you on here. I gotta find out. Do I have it? I may have to screenshot a new one. Let's see. I usually, let me see if it's in here. If it's on my other phone, I'll share it this way. That way I won't change it. Because because I went on my vacation, all my camera rollers and a lot of vacation photos I have to kind of sort through. That's why I was like, oh, I need to, probably just need to do a new one. But let me see if I can get to it quickly. I'll show it. Okay. Let's see. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all. I think I'm just going to end up screenshotting some new ones. So it could be lower down. The one I was about to show wasn't all 3 parts. Okay, let me do some new ones. Okay, so let's do this. You said please post some Africa pictures. I post some in my story. I'm going to post some new ones. You're right. I need to post some new ones because I didn't do it yesterday. I tried to do it yesterday, but the Wi-Fi wasn't acting right in the airport when I was sitting there trying to do it. So I'm going to post some new ones today. Today's Monday, so I'll post some new ones. I posted some the other day. I posted some content too. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. Ooh, I was going to. So I'm a big proponent of. Let me say this out loud. When I post content, I try to bring that content to my live. So that's a quick pro tip. As you guys are posting content, if there's an opportunity for you to talk about it in your live stream, try to do it here as well. And there is something I wanted to share with you guys. So if I don't, I'll share it. Let me do the screenshots real quick. So somebody who has been actively engaging, let's see. So this is a great example. Jerry, I'm using you, friend, my new friend. I'm gonna do a screenshot and you guys are gonna freeze for a second. I paused. I'm sorry. I paused for a second. So let me show this. Let me show this. I have to do another screenshot. I'm going to do a total of 3. And then let me do this. Okay. So I did screenshots. So I'm going to show you guys. Cross-pollination. Yes, yes. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm now clicking the wand. I'm clicking the wand. And I'm going to effects. This is an effect. I'm going to pick this effect with the green screen effect with the little guy with his hands up, showing you how to add an image. And then I'm going to add an image. I'm going to add the screenshots I just did so I can show this to you guys real quick. Okay. So what I just did, this is a screen. So you guys see me here. You see the messages here. I want to show you guys something. So look here. I'll make it a little larger for you all, so you guys can see in real time what's happening. So Jerry, you sent a lot of comments, friend. So this is when I click a profile as a live host. So if I click any of your pictures, your profile, your mini profile pops up for me. So you see this. You guys can do the same thing. What you guys don't see is this little message here. Sent 78 comments. So when I told you, I'm gonna show you something where you can't unsee it now, because when you come live, you're gonna start paying attention to this, because this is where you see who are your supporters and how people have been supporting your live. All right. So keep this in mind. And so as a live host, we can see who's engaged in our live stream, who's been supporting our live stream, and what does that look like. And we can see the people because we can see the blue boxes. And then I told you guys, Jerry, her color is almost purple because it goes to like light blue all the way down to a purplish hue when it gets to level 50. So it goes from level 1 to level 50. So Jerry is level 31. She's new to my live, so she's level 2 in my room. She has a Lisa box, so that's what the level 2, the heart is in the middle. And then it also says her league and her gallery and her league here as a viewer / live host or your live room. Hey Kim Love Jones. So what's mine? Laugh out loud. I'll show you in 1 second. Let me wrap up this. Learn something new with you every day. You so funny. Thank you, Diamond. I appreciate you, friend. He said, so when I click this sent 78 comments, it actually takes me to another screen. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone had a great day. We did, friend. Thank you for asking. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for coming in, commenting too. I appreciate that. I tell you, always come to someone's room and say hello. Hello, friend. Mama Dawn, thank you so much for being here. So when I click sent 78 comments, I'm going to show you what happens next. So I'm going to click that. So when I click it, it does this. Takes me to this screen. You said new here. How you doing, Sonia? I am 21 people away from 10K. Look at you, friend. Good job. Oh, Kim. Oh my God, I can't. Yay. So what we gonna do? We're gonna try to see how many you can get here. Tomorrow is the day we celebrating. I love it. We are celebrating. Are we celebrating tonight? Are you going live again? Let me know if you're gonna go back live. We might be celebrating tonight. You said yes. So when I click this, it shows me this data. That's what that arrow took me to. It took me to here, this screen. So it tells me clearly, followed you one day. She just came to my live. I will see if I can. All right, friend, you got it. You got it. It says it right here that she just came to my live. We just started connecting. And then it has, she's been watching me for over 30 minutes. Hey, LL. And then it says her 78 comments. I don't see all 78. I see the top 10, the most recent 10 comments. That's what's going to happen. I'll click that next. You said, I want to come to, what does that mean? to Kim's live. You got to go to her live. Connect with Kim, Lisa. Kim's live is good. She's a relationship advice coach, and she is amazing. She goes through healing. I am new here as well. What are some great ways to get new friends trying to get into TikTok shop? Okay, give me 1 second, friend. Let me finish up this section here. You said the party. And and then it tells you how many shares have happened and how many likes. Now, my friend Jerry, she did one share. She probably could share a little bit more, but she did share. And then she done 5.5K likes, y'all. So over, out of this 176, she was 5K of those. So just know she's been liking the live. So all of that is there for you. Oh, wow. Can you see your stalker's time too? You can say anybody who come in and put a comment in. I could probably click people up there too. I gotta look. I think you can. Their profiles will show up too. Yeah. So all that's there. And so I'm gonna show you guys the last screen I screenshot because it has like the comments. So you see the comments she sent. The last 10 will show up here. Okay. So all of that is there for you as a live host. So you see who's doing what in your live. That's why I said, you all, when I say you want to make sure you're treating people the way you want to be treated in your live stream as a live host, that is important because they can tell. They know. They know what you're doing and what you're not doing. And as you're not engaging and you're just watching, and then you want people to come to your live and support you, then Houston, there's a problem because you're not an engager. So again, I'm telling you stuff that you can't unsee, okay? Because there's things here that we see, all right? So a live host, you got a lot of information here. TikTok is very transparent, unlike YouTube. Because I'm on YouTube right now. YouTube is like, but just know as you're doing this and as you're growing, as you're building your community, you want to make sure that you are building and understanding that you have to work and cultivate that community to be a community of supporters. And so you're going to have to invest some time in terms of letting people understand how to engage. And then, like I said, people tell on themselves. TikTok is snitching on y'all. TikTok is a snitch because it tells you very clearly what people are doing and not doing. All right? So you know very clearly as a live host what's going on and what's not going on. And so when I talk about this, I'm teaching you as a viewer because I want you to be an engaged viewer. And then as you go live, you can be an educated live host and a live host that's able to educate your community. All right? He said, I like that. Thanks for the information. You are so welcome, friend. Thank you so much, Sonia Gora. Thank you for being here. Let me ask, Lisa, you said you wanted to see. Let me see, Lisa. We'll look at your numbers. Lisa, you've been here for I think less than yours is right at 30 minutes. and then you send 12 comments, you haven't shared yet, and you only have 15 likes. So we're gonna get it up a little bit, just a little bit more. But you've been engaging from the top viewer box. You number 2 in the room right now. So you said I've been doing other stuff, Doc. So I appreciate this. You said this is so good, good stuff. I appreciate you all. Facts. What level should you put your tapper on? You know what? I don't put mine over 9 on average. 10 is extra to me, but you want to make it seem like, obviously TikTok doesn't want you to seem like you're a robot, so you have to make it look authentic. So anything anywhere between 5 and 9 is probably where you want to be. um so yeah, that's what I'm gonna tell you. Thank you. Hey, Color and Gems. Oh, look at you, title gifter of the roses. Thank you for that, friend. I appreciate you. um Thanks. What is the tapper? The tapper is the device here for you to like the live. um Let me know if you. It is in my showcase. I'm not gonna pin because I'm gonna get off shortly, you guys. I said I was gonna stay till like 7 at the high end, so we're 10 minutes away. But if you click my photo, if you click my photo, right in that mini profile at the bottom, it says Dr. Lisa's Showcase. The tapper is towards the top. You should see it. It should be right towards the top as a device that you can use to like the live. I'm gonna show you guys real quick what it looks like in action. So I think I'm coming in under my shop page, but that's okay. And so you're liking the live. You see there? And this is the device. It's tapping away. It shows the heart here. The line is crossing the top. Things starts getting bigger.